Hi, Internet.
Hello.
Hello,
Tune in
your
for the
stream.
weekly installment of What Can These Dumbasses Get Into Next?
Wow, excuse the fuck out of you.
Am I wrong?
No.
No.
So, to start, we're going to recap last week very shortly. Because really we don't need much time to recap it. To begin with, the party tried to do a panty raid on Ironfur's room due to them setting off a trap that had gone unseen. And in an effort to not be caught, they started a panty raid, and then Rents decided this wasn't good enough, so she leapt out the window and flew away thanks to the flying potion. And Laffy spider climbed her way out the window while the party distracted the werewolves.
Bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, bunch of fucking weirdos.
It's fine.
The next morning came, and you guys went down to the mess hall, and you spoke to a few people. Learned that there's two groups of vampires currently. One called the Ferals, one called the Nobles. The Nobles seemed to be what most of the people in this village were familiar with, whereas the Ferals were, just as the word states, they were feral vampires who did not obey the, contract made between vampire and human. And the rebellion was by and large made up by these villagers who were under the thumb of these feral vampires. The nobles, on the other hand, treated their humans very well, or at least comparatively well for, sucking their blood. It was around this time that the party noticed that they had not seen any of the werewolves eat any of the food that the humans were eating. They approached their werewolf friend Julian, whom they learned joined the rebellion because his grandmother was sacrificed to the noble vampires recently, and asked him, what do the werewolves eat? He realized that he doesn't quite remember. So a deal was struck where the party would follow him that night when he went hunting and help him figure it out. Using various bits of stealth and invisibility spells, the party tracked the werewolves and discovered that they were in fact hunting people. Brief combat ensued wherein the party helped a human escape while also distracting the werewolves and Ren left Julian with a present in the shape of a dagger to the chest to make sure Julian remembered something happened.
This made a lot of people upset.
Yeah. So, immediately after that, the party decided to split up, where Laffy would help hide this human out in the woods for the night, while the remainder of the party would retreat back to the village to try and speak to Julian before deciding on their next course of action. That's where we're going to pick up. First and foremost, Ren, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
For all that stupid shit you did in the last fucking session.
A 7.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Why a wisdom saving throw?
We'll find out.
Maybe Max changed his mind on the werewolf stance.
Shit. Fuck. Shit.
So,
No, I don't think you will.
we're going to actually start with the character things with Laffy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys have officially split up, with the remainder of the party heading back towards the village, where Laffy, you've kind of dug out a little hovel in the ground for you and the human to spend however long you think that you need to spend. As you huddle underneath like the roots of a tree, you hear howling in the distance. You hear it slowly growing closer and closer, and you hear the sound of four-legged creatures moving through the forest. And just your ranger senses immediately understand that you're being hunted.
Okay.
I mean,
Nearby, you
surprised.
actually hear the sound of things sniffing. Snufflers snuffling, basically. So, I need you to roll a stealth check.
What if she put pass without a trace back up? Like,
Then you get to make your stealth check with, or with the plus 10.
okay. Because let me tell you, that's what she did.
Okay.
Luffy don't fuck around with that shit.
How many uses do you have of that per day?
A 2?
Okay.
Wait, I need to figure out what the fuck. Okay, I have things in stealth. Alright, I need to remember how to do this. Okay, alright.
It's really not that complicated.
It's so complicated.
Shh.
So this plus 10.
well,
Okay.
I think Laffy
32.
doesn't exist
Yeah.
right now.
So, you're rather confident in the fact that you've hidden yourself rather well. Your human friend, she seems uncomfortable, but
She's put pass without a trace on human friend too.
Right.
Like, yeah.
So you can't.
Why?
Yeah, you can. Never mind. That's right. It's a group spell. So yeah, your human friend has settled in near you, and is being rather quiet despite the fact that she looks very panicked. Just very unhappy. Okay. You do hear more of the snuffling coming closer and closer, and in the dim light, you're able to see giant furry paws padding near you. Just, they're not getting closer, but they're definitely moving around the general area that you are in. What was
Nothing.
that? Yeah. So yeah, you sit there being as quiet as you can be. You're laying flat on the ground. With how dirty of a person you are, you quite literally blend into the point where only your eyes are visible. Your human friend is not quite as sneaky, but having looked at you, she's grabbed some dirt and leaves and rubbed herself down.
Yeah, Laffy has kind of like taken some mud and just kind of.
Just walked up to her
On
and
their
just slapped
face.
it on her face and just
Yeah.
rubbed it down.
Okay.
She was like, "Trust me." Like,
Okay. So with that done, the werewolves slowly but surely leave.
yeah, Laffy's like, "Yeah, fuck off."
Alright, back to the rest of the party. I'm echoing.
Yeah,
Are
it was
you?
me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the rest of you guys
You're
are...
not me.
Yeah. What is that? Wait. Am I echoing now? No. Wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like it's Nino.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Try it now.
Am I still? No. Okay.
Okay,
That
that
was
fixed
weird.
it.
Alright, so,
She
Still
just-
doing it?
you
Nope.
guys are,
Okay.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Okay.
You guys, using Laffy quite literally telling you that you're all dumbasses and pointed you in the right direction of the village, which none of you remembered. You've made your way back, and it's quiet in the village. The rest of the humans are asleep. There's no patrols that you can see. Yeah, so what are
Okay.
you guys doing?
I said
Uh,
coming back here was a good
Nathan-
idea.
Nathan's still over by the people,
Ren-
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Mist is looking to the others and she's like, Do you think we should wait at Julian's place?
Ren is gonna let them into Julian's house. And
Okay, I need you to make a
I-
sleight of hand check.
Great.
Also, make sure there aren't any traps or anything that might alert everybody.
Too late.
Well, I mean,
it's
she would have
not too late.
said that.
It's not too
Okay,
late if you
alright,
want to do that.
Alright. Okay.
You
Ren
haven't walked in yet.
Please check
examines
the
the
traps.
door. Examines the door for like tripwires and
Okay.
latches and stuff.
Make another one.
Okay.
Okay. You're about to stick your toolkit into the door to pick the lock when Miss says check for traps. You're like, right, that's a good idea. I can do that. You give a quick glance around and you don't see anything that would resemble a trap.
Okay.
So you then slip the lockpick in with a few jiggles, and the door unlocks, and you push it open.
Okay.
It's dark
So,
inside. It
Dark
looks like the
vision
rest
still.
of the houses really are. It's nothing special, nothing terrible. It's just kind of generic living area.
Okay. Ren takes a look around to make sure there's no tripwires once again, like inside the door.
Give me another
And
roll.
then. Okay.
If only we had that foresight with Iron Fur. He wouldn't
You
have had to steal his panties.
You don't
Okay.
see anything.
All right,
Don't lie,
and
you
then
would've stolen them anyway.
all right, and then Ren ushers everyone inside, closes the door, and locks it behind them.
Okay. So, right as you guys go in, you actually hear the sound of howls in the distance.
Okay.
Does Ren feel any sort of call to them?
No.
Okay. Ren ushers them upstairs. Is there an upstairs, or is it just like a ground floor?
It's just a ground floor.
Okay.
What is like the layout look like?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a square room. You see like there's a curtained off area, which you can presume to be his bedroom. There's a small table in the middle of the room, and then a dresser in the corner opposite the bed. Otherwise, it's pretty Spartan.
Nothing to hide behind, right? Is there another way out, or is it just into the tree?
Just into the tree. The back wall is kind of curved where the tree is.
Okay. And is there a window?
Nope.
Okay, so it's just the front door.
Yep.
All right. Ren. Oh boy. Okay. Plan in the event that they are found. Ren. I'm sorry. She's
No,
playing.
it's good. It's good. This pleases
So
me.
Ren looks at the others and she's like, okay, so in the event they open the door, we're gonna want to get the jump on them.
You know, I can make us visible again.
Good plan. I like this
That
plan.
could work.
Should I do it now?
Yeah, how long does it last?
For about an hour?
Why not?
Also, do you have a spare dagger? Because I sort of threw mine.
Oh, you threw your daggers? Both
Yes.
of them? All of them?
Well, I missed with the first one.
Of course you did.
Why were you throwing? Oh, whatever. How many do you need?
Two is good.
Right. Well, I happen to have 2 that I never use, so
Awesome.
Mist goes through her bag and hands over 2 boring daggers.
And
They're
acquired
probably black and gold,
dagger.
but they're nothing special.
Mist black and a gold daggers acquired.
Okay. You hear the howls getting closer and closer as time goes on.
Mist casts invisibility on
Okay.
everybody.
So you guys are invisible, and
Ren positions herself behind like the door. Like if it were to swing open, she's behind it.
Mist is probably on the as far back from the door as she can get, but still able to see it.
Bran is sort of on the opposite side of where Rin is, ready to like slam a shield into the face of somebody who comes through that door if they notice them.
Okay. 1 second. I need to see if I can hear you guys or
And
not.
before
Ready
it's
for an
Julian.
assault. Yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, maybe we're gonna find
Where?
out.
What if it's just Julian?
Yeah, well,
Nick?
that's-
And then you're all invisible talking to him.
So yeah, about 10 minutes pass, and it's coming from the general direction that you guys came from, and the direction that you know Laffy is still in.
Okay.
You hear rustling coming from outside, and it sounds like several werewolves have stopped outside of the door.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-oh.
They're just dropping their bro off.
Yeah.
You hear this guttural growling noise.
Okay. Is that our luck roll?
Oh my god.
And it sounds like there's a conversation of sorts happening, and one of the growls is sounding, obstinate. You know how, like, when people are speaking a language you don't understand, you can still kind of get tone, even like
The tone.
dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Saint is actually invisible with you guys, but, he's probably paying attention to this, too.
Okay. Ren looks at Saint. Although
And-
she can't see him, so she
Yeah.
doesn't look at him.
You look where you think Saint is, and you imagine that there's a good boy right there. So,
Miss can see them. Miss is still
Yeah.
using.
Miss, you actually see that
Ability.
Ren is staring at nothing but a blank spot of floor, and Saint
Miss
is
is
just
not gonna
wagging his
question
tail
it.
because he can smell everybody. And make an insight check, Mist.
Oh god. Okay. Let me see. Insight.
You're like
24.
90% certain Saint is fucking with Ren. By,
Miss
like,
is just quietly grinning to herself.
you know Saint knows that Ren is looking for him, and for once he's not being a good boy, he's being a very naughty boy.
Miss.
God
Miss
damn it,
says
Saint.
with telepathy to Saint, she's like, "Good boy, Saint."
He wags his tail a little bit, but not too much, just enough.
Yeah.
So, the sound of the growling voices, so to speak, get more and more distant until the door slams open.
Okay.
Who's?
Oh.
Ren, were
um,
you like behind the door again?
Yeah. Behind the door. Hang on. No,
Oh
I-
god.
yeah, no, there's no way for Ren to. She's just gonna fucking stand there and take it. Or right to the face.
She is just not having great decision making
Yeah,
tonight.
no,
is
it's
she?
fine. The door swings open, and
Uh-huh.
you put up your hands fast enough to absorb the shock of the door opening, so it doesn't hit you. But it does manage to open enough.
Okay.
And the rest of you see this big hulking werewolf step into the home.
Is it wearing pants?
It's wearing pants.
Okay.
And there's no dagger
Are they
stuck
familiar
inside.
pants?
They are. Yes, you recognize the wolf as Julian. And there's
Okay.
where the dagger should be. There's not, but there's a big
Okay.
bloody stain down his fur.
Okay.
And Bran, you immediately notice that he's clutching a dagger.
Okay.
Brand's not gonna do anything
Yeah.
yet.
Miss doesn't do
He's
what
kind
you
of
say.
gauging the situation because he
Shut.
recognizes that it's Julian.
Yeah.
But if Julian starts like, if Julian attempts to like lunge at one of them, Bran is going to jump into action.
Julian slowly reaches for the door and pulls it closed behind him and starts sniffing loudly. Moving around the room, his snout turned upwards, definitely smelling for something. And then Ren, he spins on the spot and stares where you are
Oh.
and just growls at you.
Hey, Julian. She's gonna. Yeah. No, she's there.
he reaches out with one of his clawed hands and just grabs you by the cuff of your shirt and pulls you forward. You're still invisible.
Yeah.
Mist, you can see this.
Yeah, I know. Mist looks like. I mean, no one can tell, but
To be
Mist
fair, you
is
already
watching
bit me.
very carefully. She looks like she might do a thing.
Yeah, Bran's got a hand on the hilt of his rapier.
Okay.
Julian's gonna pull Ren in for a hot werewolf makeout.
Oh man,
Julian's snout is like inches from your face, and his breath
See?
is hot and smells like meat.
Gross. Yeah.
And he takes
Ew.
the dagger in his hand and just shoves it against your chest, the blade flat against you. Yours. And then puts
Yeah.
you down.
That was scary for a minute there. And Ren, is there any way to just like dismiss invisibility?
Mist would probably. Well, yeah. So
Perform an action.
She could. Yeah. Could someone else do it,
wouldn't
or would it have to be
Ren-
Mist?
I mean, Ren
take an
will
action.
cast a spell. Yeah, she casts like mage hand
But-
to put the.
Quick,
Oh.
before that.
Oh.
Does 21 hit against your AC?
Yeah.
Okay, so when Julian turns around, about a second later, he spins around, just backhands you across the face. And knocks you out of stealth, and does 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Ow! What was that for?
You stabbed me.
Yeah, you bit me, and she like pulls aside her shirt.
You deserved it.
You were trying to.
And then he looks around the room, and you can all come out. And Saint immediately steps out of invisibility and just walks up to Julian and does like doggy shoulder tackle.
Yeah, nice Saint.
Yeah, Bran comes out of invisibility and kind of walks up to them. He still has a hand on his rapier, though.
Julian's
Mist.
just looking around.
Mist just speaks. She doesn't come out of invisibility.
Of course.
Mist is finally ascended
it'll
to her
fall
ideal
eventually.
form.
She's
and
enjoying it
nebulous
too much.
voice. What did you say, Mist?
She's like, so, do you know what happened?
What do you mean?
Oh, good, you don't remember.
No, I remember all of that.
Oh.
So, you know that you're hunting and eating people.
Yeah, I'm aware now.
Are you alright
Kinda
with
fuck-
that?
No, it's kind of fucked up.
Good.
Yeah. I'm
At least you're
really
aware of what you're doing now.
It doesn't make me any less hungry. Turns out everyone
Yeah.
else has known for a while, too.
So you're the only one who didn't.
It seems that way. Yeah.
Well, then. So,
Is that because you're the
Wait a minute.
newest?
wait, so, hold on. Were there any other people that got turned from your village? Are they fine with just eating people from their village?
Seems that way.
Well,
Werewolf hunger must be something serious then.
What's to say that looking at all of you guys is making it so much worse?
Miss.
Well,
grins
I
to
have
himself
complete
when he's
faith that
not
you won't
doing it.
try it.
I'm pretty sure I won't. No
Good.
promises.
He's already,
he,
you know,
he gives
taken
this
a
big,
bite
like,
out of
doggy smile. Makes this like this deep like noise, and you're pretty sure he's laughing, but you're
unsettled anyway.
yeah, it's not a noise you ever want to hear again.
Well,
Yeah.
do you want to keep doing this, or would you rather find a way to help people that You've been eating.
There's only so much I can do right now. It's just me and you guys.
Yes, but
We count for like 4 people each. It's okay.
The other werewolves that were with you, did they get a good look at any of us? See who it was that attacked them?
No,
Oh,
That's good for
Like
now.
you guys were actually a little quiet, impressively enough.
Comes with the job.
Except you, but
what did you want me to do? Let you tear that girl apart?
I mean, I already had her.
maybe not
actually.
stab me in the fucking chest. Where's the dirty gremlin anyway?
She's hiding out with the human that we rescued in the woods.
From you.
In the woods, there's a chill that goes up Luffy's spine.
Well, I hope she's good at hiding.
She's very good at hiding, at least as good as me.
Probably better.
Do you guys know how to find her again, by any chance?
No, she
Ah,
knows how to find us because
she'll
we're going. Well, we're going to the
Anyway,
vampire place.
yes,
No,
you
yeah.
mentioned Cardone. Did
Yeah,
you
that
not?
one.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Why did you mention him?
He's the only one that I know by name.
So you want us to find him?
He's the only one that could probably help. Or at least try, maybe.
All right.
For all
Well-
the shitty things he did to my village, well,
As it stands right now, we're a little bit outnumbered, so finding
That's
some
true.
allies might be a good idea.
Well, yes, obviously. So here's the thing, Julian. Do you want to help these people escape from being basically eaten and hunted like this?
ideally, yes.
Alright. So, you know more about the situation than we do. What do you suggest we go about doing? Should we tell the people what's going on?
No, they'll panic.
I figured.
The best thing I think you can do is get help.
So we should go find Cardone and then what?
Get help. Tell him
Is he just
that
gonna-
his herd is being thinned.
Huh.
They might have been terrible, but they weren't this bad. People weren't disappearing every few nights.
Alright. And that we know where they are? Should we bring him here? Or direct him in this?
You said the vampires attacked the other night, correct?
Yes. And
He
some of them.
knows where we are.
Alright.
Hopefully he won't be too mad about us, ashing a couple of his men.
Assuming they were his.
Let's hope he's not feeling petty.
I mean, it
Noble.
was nothing personal.
Mhm.
Another thing. Are you going to be heading anywhere within... How far away was Cardone again? Wasn't it like a week's travel?
No. It's a few days.
Alright, yes. Do you think the pack is going to be moving anywhere in a few days?
Ironfurs mentioned it. They might be moving south, which is away. You said the other one can track.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll leave signs for her to follow.
Well, that's good. So then, what seems to be the best course of action is that we head to Cardone as soon as possible, tell him what's going on, and try to find you all again.
Yeah.
Should be doable.
All right.
Are you going to be in any trouble with your werewolf friends?
There's no reason for me to be. The worst is going to be that I'm gonna have to find other ways to eat for a little while.
Why
Could
can't
always
you just
join
eat
the
humans
humans.
soon?
Doesn't quite do the same for me.
Get some of it raw before they cook it.
I'll try that. I'll try hunting other things. I'll figure something out.
I mean, they did have a lot of meat. They must have had it somewhere.
That's
gotten
my
it from
line of
somewhere.
thinking. Don't worry about
Ren
it.
is like squinting at him like she's thinking, but she's not saying anything.
Rarity for Ren. You know what?
Ren, no.
She's the think after the fact kind of person most of the time.
She's the person that says like you ask for permission, or you don't ask for permission, you apologize after the
Yeah,
fact.
you asked her forgiveness the
Yeah.
Christian way.
Oh my god.
See, all I can think here is that Ren's like, well, maybe you could eat a piece of my arm.
No. But she's her thought process is, why does it take hunting humans to satisfy werewolves?
What if we gave him the bag of tricks?
Oh my god!
Why you gotta do us dirty like that?
I'm sorry,
Black
it
Heather
clicked
doesn't
and I
have
was
that.
like, oh my god, that would be amazing and
A
horrible.
renewable source of. Well, actually, no. When they die, they turn back into like balls of yarn.
Oh, that wyvern was probably very disappointed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I mean,
wyvern's
kept
also very
eating
good.
them though.
Yeah. So yeah, Julian's just. I'll see what I can do, but don't worry about me.
Yeah, sure. Why would we worry? And Ren goes to let her, like, she peeks out the door, kind of like.
It's really dark. Is your dark vision still up?
It goes for 8 hours.
Okay, yeah, it's really dark out. But you see that there's no one in the streets right now.
Well, there's no one out there, so unless they're lurking in the shadows, I think we're good.
Does that
Yes,
mean
I
we're going to stop moving then?
Unless you want to stay here for the night.
No, not particularly.
Okay.
What is with these
Do you-
1D100s all of a
He's
sudden?
discovered luck rolls. That's what he's done.
Oh
Not even
god.
discover. It's been holding on to these.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
I mean, we could just,
Troubling.
hide out here for the night. Sorry, Julian. And then move in the morning when it's normal.
well. First of all, we need Luffy.
Well, we're not going to be finding Laffy. She knows that we're moving. I mean, unless you know where she is in the woods.
No,
I'm
but
pretty
I
confident.
thought that they were there while Luffy was making like a hovel.
Oh, were they?
Once
I-
again, though,
I mean, Mist wouldn't know shit where
Yeah.
she is.
you are
Like,
certainly welcome to try and find her.
You know, I'm fairly certain Laufey can find us on her own.
Oh, right, but here's the thing.
She doesn't know when we're
Laffy.
leaving, though.
Yeah, she thinks we're gonna be here, so she'd probably come here instead of
Why-
know.
I thought we
long have they
discussed
been
this
gone?
before we left.
Only like an hour.
Alright,
Well-
so here's what Luffy's gonna do.
Okay.
Because she left her idiots. And she doesn't trust them to be able to navigate things on their own. She sends her shadow.
Hang on. This is Ren's survival check to see if she can find the way back there.
Yeah.
Oh
By all
god.
means.
Holy
Well-
shit!
Oh!
Yeah.
Technically
Ren,
minus
in
one.
this flash of inspiration, like, wait a minute.
I know exactly where she is. Trust me.
No.
Ren is suddenly
Do you
so
really?
in tune with Luffy. Like,
It's just
Brand
like,
I've
just
been
sort of like
traveling with this
Brand just
dirty
like
brown
squints at Ren.
Yeah. No one can see Miss Space, but she's sort of like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah,
Did
do
your
you guys
microphone
believe
crack?
Ren?
I'm gonna roll a 1d20 to see if Brand believes Ren.
Miss looks skeptical.
Yes.
So Lavi, you still send your shadow out, I presume, because you left your
Yeah, like
PS.
just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, your shadows. It's just caught up with them. Since it's dark and you're not quite casting your shadow, it takes a little bit more effort on your behalf, and you have to spend some time concentrating on it. But it just catches up, and it's sitting on Julian's doorway, kind of like you would be, like face pressed up against.
Oh my!
Before Ren goes at the door, she actually stops, turns around, and actually hands her dagger back to Julian.
He takes it. He's like,
They're gonna wonder where it went if you don't have it.
But they might wonder where we went too. That's
Well, if
what
I
I'm
sh-
thinking.
Well, all the more reason for him to hang on to it. Because they know I wield it, I assume.
Can you?
Your
Why
thing
doesn't she
is-
just give him one of Miss daggers?
You're. He looks at you, Ren, and just. You're giving yourself a lot of self-importance right now, aren't you?
I'm not.
She
Why?
does that.
I do not.
He hands
Anything
the
I-
dagger back. They don't know what kind of dagger you fucking wield.
Apparently, back in their world, they were like the chosen ones of some kind of prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wouldn't really, merit this either.
I don't know. I noticed that sort of thing. Okay. Jeez, and she walks out the door.
I might too, but you want that?
What are you going to do if a vampire comes after you?
But she's gone. She walked out the door.
Does she have the dagger though?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
Julian. Took it back.
Julian,
Or
would it be odd if we were asked about for whatever reason, and you would just say that, oh, they went off to scout or something?
I'll just say you ran away.
Would that work? All right.
They don't trust you. They have no
We were
reason to
huge
trust you.
cowards.
Whatever works.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry. But get help.
All right. Or
Oh,
we
I don't
heard
think there's
something
any
about
help
the
for some
lich,
of
and we
us.
decided to go follow. I don't know. That makes sense. Either way, we're gonna go now.
Shall we get moving then?
Yep.
As you guys slip out the door, you hear another loud, angry-sounding howl. It's deeper than the other ones. Ren, make a perception check, since you're the one that's outside the village.
Oh my god.
You hear the sound of very heavy, running, like dog running sounds, getting closer and closer to you.
Ren slams the door closed and takes off in the other direction.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys, yeah.
Well, none of them know how to get to Laffy, so Mist is gonna follow
Laffy Shadow
Ren.
is there.
Yeah,
Laffy
Laffy
Shadow.
Shadow is there.
All right.
Yeah.
But
It tries to get their attention and like book it towards where Laffy is.
Ren, you're moving fast enough that you round a corner and you no longer can hear the sound of something coming down the road.
Okay.
The rest of you guys inside hear something pass by,
oh, okay.
and Julian stops. Shit, that was Iron Fur.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Does think he knows that you all got attacked?
I don't know.
Well, let's see
So,
At least that explains the door closing.
Hmm?
At least that explains the door closing. Otherwise, Ren is just slamming it for no reason.
Which way did it go? The direction? Oh no, they don't know.
Yeah.
Is it following Ren?
You can't tell anymore.
Okay.
Unless you slow down.
She's not running towards Laffy either. She's like running in a different.
Okay, so
Direction?
Ren and Laffy's shadow are gone, and the other two are still in the house. Is that what's
When
happening right
Laffy's
now?
shadow realizes that Ren's not running to where Laffy is, Laffy's shadow doubles back to retrieve her other two ducklings.
Okay. Laffy, your shadow passes this giant silver werewolf that's running on all fours, running in Ren's direction.
Laffy really briefly thinks, like, wow, if I were a furry, I'd be into that, but I'm not, so I'm gonna go find my friends.
Oh my god.
Okay. So yeah, Ren, again, unless you deliberately slow down, you don't hear or see anything behind you.
Where is Ren going?
Does it look like, does the wolf look like it's gonna catch Ren? Is
No.
Ren?
If Ren
Yeah.
continues moving as she is, you're like, yeah, that thing can't catch up to her.
Yeah, get fucked!
Eventually she'll slow down to see if she can tell if it's still following her.
Okay.
But she'll do it like in a sneaky way.
Roll a stealth roll then.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
Jesus.
roll like a champ tonight.
Yeah, so you start slowing down and immediately duck off to the side and just lean up against a particularly large tree. And you do see the shape of the gray wolf just bolt past you.
She doesn't breathe for like a solid minute.
And he's gone.
Only when she's sure she can't hear him at all does she start moving towards Laffy.
Okay.
Or actually, she starts moving back towards the village because she doesn't know Laffy's shadow is there. So.
Okay. Yeah. Doesn't take you too long to get back to the village. The rest of you guys are still there.
Ren,
Yeah.
Ren opens Julian's door and is like,
Bran just grins at her. You having fun out there?
I think that was Ironfur.
It
Oh, was it now?
The shadow enters Julian's, like, house, and it just does that impatient foot tap and makes a behemoth gesture.
Bran points at the shadow.
Sonic
I think
thing.
Laffy's telling us to hurry up.
Interesting. Right, yeah, we should
Should
go.
probably
If the
get
shadow's
moving.
here.
Yeah.
And maybe you should not run off somewhere else.
Hey,
Again.
look,
Ren.
it was, you or me. I was already outside. Figured I'd, distract him.
Of course. Certainly.
That's what I do. You think I just built off for no reason?
Yes, I do.
I'm almost insulted.
Mist is just giggling, but she heads out. No one can see her still. She's still fucking invisible.
Okay.
Ugh.
So, do you guys start heading off towards Laffy with Ren in the shadow leading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shouldn't we recast invisibility on ourselves again, or? 'Cause I
Mist
know-
doesn't offer this time. She's done it a lot, and everyone's dropped it. So Bran has it. He can.
Nobody appreciates a good invisibility spell these days.
I mean, she's wasting all her spells. She might need those.
Yeah, Ren doesn't, she just stealths.
Oh well,
She doesn't.
they'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be okay.
Ren will help them be
What's the
sneaky.
worst that could happen?
Everything.
That's ballsy of you to say. Okay. So,
Yeah.
you guys head back out to the forest. Between the shadow leading you along rather effectively, and Ren,
Seemingly knowing where she's going, weirdly
Yeah.
enough.
like,
Yeah, when it seems like Ren knows where she's going, Luffy's shadow looks like impressed but offended and slips into Ren's shadow. And it's like, fine. You lead the way.
She does.
okay, it does actually take you a few minutes of, like, searching the general area around Luffy.
Yeah.
And Luffy, you can actually see them, like, rooting around for you.
Luffy is like, she turns to the person and is like, what's your name again? What's your name? Look at these assholes. Look at them. They think that they can get here without me, but they're gonna be just rifling around through the woods like, oh ho ho, look at me, I'm Ren. I can find Luffy whenever I want.
Make a perception check.
Alright.
No, just
No.
Luffy. Just Luffy.
Oh,
Okay.
I have
Yes,
to make a
just-
perception.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what's my
Wisdom
my
plus-
perception is 1. 19.
Okay,
Yay.
as you're talking shit with your friend, she looks confused, and out of the corner of your eye, you see Bran's boot come, like, inches from your head, and you roll out of the way right before you get stepped on.
Luffy's like, oh, hey, bro, hey, watch it.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are. Having
Luffy
fun?
climbs
Ren's
out of
over on the
her
other side of the
boots
clearing, like lifting
mud.
up.
Okay, alright, so the plan is we're going to go find Cardone and tell him to help.
Should we rest first because we used a bunch of spells? Maybe we should put more distance between us and the camp before we rest first. Not for nothing, guys. I'm tired.
Do
Yes.
we really want to rest in the middle of this woods while the werewolves are still out?
Fuck.
You know, we might.
We might
You
want
might
to travel
start-
during the day and rest. Or travel at night and rest during the day.
All right.
Probably because
the
things
woman's
come out
looking
at night.
between you guys. What do I do?
That's
Hey,
what I
come
was going to
us.
ask. Who
You.
wants to come with us?
Where are you going?
We're going to see Cardone.
Okay.
I can't really think of anywhere else you could go around here besides the werewolves village, and I
Yeah.
don't think you want to go back there.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of options here, so just stick with us.
Okay.
Just
she
keep your
looks
head
real
down and-
nervous.
Keep your head down and try to stay safe no matter what.
So, what are you guys doing?
Walking.
I guess they're gonna.
Yeah, I
Miss-
guess we're fucking moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Eventually, Vathan shows up.
yeah, just,
Flies follow wherever
Miss,
this
you
is.
remember being told that, Dune Lane is 2 days east of where you guys are currently.
Okay, Mist relays that, but she's like, I don't know which way is east, which way is
Luffy turns to go east.
Ranger powers.
Luffy, you're sitting there, you attune yourself with nature, and the magnet in your brain spins around, and then just, you're like east, that way.
East.
That's impressive. I don't think I could ever do that.
Yeah, you learn a thing or two when you just kind of live in the woods and you
You know,
don't
I
talk to
lived in the
anyone.
woods for a while, but never knew where I was going.
Did you get out of the woods on purpose or on accident?
You know, that symbol, it sort of showed me various ways to go. I just went where it went. Or where it looked interesting.
So you kind of got out of the woods on accident.
More or less.
All right.
Would you
Let's
expect
move.
any less from us?
No. Do not be moving too far from me. We will be going to the place.
Okay. So you guys spend the rest of the night traveling. Your new companion, you learn her name is Joan, while you guys are traveling. She's mostly keeping to herself, but she's able to keep up with you guys. You spend you have about 4 or 5 hours left before the sun starts to rise, and rise it does. But it is looking to be another really overcast, kind of shitty day. It might start raining. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Right, Luffy. When we're going back, Julian said he would leave markers that you could possibly track so we can know where the rest of the group is going, since they're probably going to be moving when we're gone.
Well, I will do that real expertly or real shittily. So hopefully I do it the former, not the latter. We don't want the latter. I haven't tracked in a long time.
Well,
Well,
to be fair, it's going to be kind of difficult to move like 100 people without leaving some sort of trace.
True.
Okay.
Should we be
good
sleeping?
enough.
Yeah, it's now daybreak.
The sun is up.
Ren will give her bedroll to Joan, and
You guys are still within the woods.
Fluffy gives Ren her bedroll. She's like, "Look at you, idiot."
Does
Like,
this look like a good place to stop? You know, Mist is gonna look around. Is there any water nearby?
Make a nature check.
Jesus Christ. All right, nature. Hey.
hey,
You do hear the sound of a stream nearby.
Okay. Mist.
if they hear the sound of, oh wait, well, Miss has to point it out first.
Yeah, Mist points in a direction, and she's like, "It sounds like there's a stream over that way."
I think that we should cross the stream before we rest.
okay,
All right. Sure.
Suppose we can.
At least
lose
depending
our
how
scent.
Yep.
big it is.
Yeah, you walk like 5-10 more minutes, and you see it's not a very large creek, but it's big enough that you can't just step over it. You have to wade through it a little bit. Your ankles get a little wet,
Oh.
but you're over it, and as you pass over it, you feel this like weight lift from your shoulders almost.
Mist is gonna
Huh.
Eldritch sight that shit. What was
Fluffy's
that?
like, "What the hell?"
Okay.
And then they all get trench foot.
It turns out the weightlifting from your shoulders was you getting a fever. Weird.
Oh, I know what's going on here. It's
Yeah.
all Ren's fault.
I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Mist, you see these like kind of green wispy trails linger over the other side of the creek before heading towards the sky and dissipating.
Is it like? Does it seem like any sort of magic?
Yes, it's very clearly magic.
I mean, like necromancy?
Yes.
All right. Mist is like, there's some weird sort of green wispy necromancy just floating up in the sky on the other side of that stream
You
where
just
we
got
were.
really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know why that happened. Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Skype is weird. I
Yeah.
have to have the thing like in my mouth.
I heard you. I don't know. Did everyone else hear
I
that?
Yeah, I could hear it. It was
Yeah.
just quiet.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean that's what she says, and she's kind of looking over there.
Okay.
Do you know, Afli? Do you know what that might have been?
Do I know what might have been? I can't see it.
Oh,
Fluffy's like, actually, you know what? Never mind. And she casts fucking what is it? What's the spell? I
Detect
used it a
magic.
lot. Yeah, detect magic.
I mean that's what
Fluffy
Mist.
casts.
That's what Mist is doing too.
Yeah, Laffy, you looking at it, you actually feel the skull on your hip vibrate a little bit for the first time in a long time, actually.
Fluffy's like, she touches it. She picks the skull up.
It doesn't do anything else, but you look up and it's not a spell necessarily, but it's like necromancy residue, and you're pretty sure it was being used to track you.
Fluffy's like, Good idea, Miss, to find the stream, because that right there, that's tracking. Someone was just looking us up. It's necromancy, so I don't understand why. But
We'd better be on our guard while we rest, just in case.
Yeah, we might want to go a little bit further,
There's
maybe
a-
along the stream, perhaps, or I don't know. Because I mean, if that thing tracks us to across the stream, it's obviously going to be right over there.
yeah, so that's a good idea. So let's
Push
fucking
on.
move.
Okay. How much longer are you guys going to walk?
Like a half hour.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
probably just along the stream.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
So you stay near the water.
Is there anywhere like ideal, like a big old rock or something?
Not really. You're still in the woods though. Like you are not exposed necessarily.
There's some big old trees or
There
some
are some
foliage.
big old trees.
All right.
Big
well,
old roots.
yeah, that's what Laffy's like. Yep, here's the place.
Okay. So you guys set up camp. Who's going to be taking watch, if anyone?
Mist.
Always missed.
Ren will go first with Mist as well.
Okay.
Luffy's once more gonna immediately fall asleep in the dirt. Like she doesn't use her bedroll. She just kind of digs a little hole for herself and goes to sleep.
Saint curls up nearby.
Good.
Who
Yeah.
wants to
Mist
take
looks
first
at Ren.
watch?
Well, I watch basically all the time.
Yeah, but another set of eyes won't hurt.
I'll go.
Ren,
Not really
don't
that
you
tired anyway.
need some rest?
Well, yeah, but it's not like we can't rest for more than like to make sure we all get a full night's sleep
Sure.
while being cautious. Look, 4 eyes
Sure, then.
are better than 2. As much as I do trust you.
You know, I might actually have more than 2 eyes. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Well, as far as I can tell, you've only got the 2.
Yeah, for now you've only got the 2.
For now, unfortunately.
I'm just waiting for Vathan to start cawing.
Vathan's totally sitting there just staring at them like, excuse the fuck out of
Bran-
you.
Bran is ignoring him to the point where he seems like he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bran, you lie down to take a nappy nap or a sleepy sleep.
Do we still
Meditating.
have? Sorry, does Mist still have that bestiary that we picked up from the library?
Yep.
Ren, before Mist goes to trance, she's like, "Can I borrow that book? The one we took from the library."
Sure. Is this something you're looking for? Werewolves, perhaps?
You've read my mind.
Actually didn't, but she hands the book over, but she also kind of scoots closer because she wants to see it too.
Okay.
It's volume 1 of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been copying this stuff down when everyone else has been sleeping too.
Yeah.
So
So Bran, you lay down for rest.
Okay.
Okay. Ren, what are you looking for?
Werewolves
Okay.
and their related curse and or affliction and various weaknesses. What the fuck what is up with the hunger and stuff like that.
Okay. Shit. Why is it so far down here? Fuck.
You having trouble, friends?
I was just getting the handbook. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
You flip to the W's, and you do see an entry on werewolves. First and foremost, you see that their curse is called lycanthropy.
Okay.
And it is a curse that can only be passed to human-like beings.
Okay.
Upon reading further onto the curse goes on to state that it can only be passed along willingly. It is not something that is passed by accident necessarily. They are known to have an aversion to silvered weapons, and are very resilient to traditional weaponry that are not silvered.
Ren tucks that knowledge away.
There's nothing about a hunger, though. But there is a footnote saying that there has been a storied conflict between them and the vampires of Ravenloft.
Okay.
And it seems to have stemmed from hunting rights. Make a wisdom saving throw for me. You start thinking about bones. Just randomly.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Borf, borf, borf.
Okay, and that's all you can see, like, under the W.
Okay,
You
she
can't be a
flips
rogue and a werewolf.
her.
Oh dear.
She's saying now that she knows it's also called lycanthropy, she flips the L to see if it's there.
What was that?
Yeah, I couldn't hear that.
For posterity, like now that she knows that the general affliction is called lycanthropy, she flips to L to see if there's any entries there.
Does that really obnoxious thing where lycanthropy see werewolves?
Okay. She just wants to cover all her bases.
Okay. The next 4 hours pass rather uneventfully. Yeah, nothing really happens. So 4 hours pass.
Now
Okay.
Mist is good.
Yeah. Mist is
Alright.
fully untranced and
Awake.
eager to look at the world.
Ren wakes Bran up for second watch because he seemed to also appreciate watches.
Well, what's going on? Oh, it's time. My
Second
turn.
watch. Yeah.
Right. All right. Get some rest.
Ren goes to pass out.
While Brand's doing, I will say, while Brand's doing his watch, he's going to play a song of rest.
Okay.
So
Yay, what does
everyone
that
gets, I think everyone gets an extra like D10 to like their recovery from sleeping.
Woo.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys can spend your hit die plus that to recover your hit points, by the way.
Hey.
Laffy, you're still passed the fuck out.
Yeah, no one's woken her.
Yeah. Laffy is essentially the first one to get her full 8 hours.
But while you're sleeping, you do feel like a whisper. You feel like there's a dream that's trying to be dreamt.
Grandpa?
It's not. It just feels fuzzy. Like you won't be able to remember in any capacity.
What do I have to roll to dream harder?
Nothing.
Fuck.
Just a mystery.
Yeah. Okay, so the next 4 hours pass.
Mist has totally been probably whispering weird things that are indiscernible to the tentacles and the Vathan.
Okay. You
Looking
guys are free
around.
to spend enough time for everyone to get a full rest, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that was the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Laffy eventually wakes up and is just like, everyone go to sleep.
Ren
So,
left the book open for Laffy to look at on werewolves.
Fluffy takes that as a hint to read the book. And so she
Well-
reads the book.
Make an investigation check.
Well, isn't it open to werewolves?
Yeah, but are you rereading exactly what Ren did, or are you looking for like?
Well, like, she is rereading what Ren did, but like, if there's more to be found,
Make your
I
investigation
suppose
check.
she will.
Miss scoots over
23.
to Laffy.
You're reading it, and you are getting much of the information that Ren did, but reading a bit more in depth due to your wizard background and the fact that
Books,
you know
man,
better
they're
than
cool.
to skim. You do see that the curse is called lycanthropy, and it seemed to originate from somewhere else. It just kind of appeared one day, and the werewolves. It seems to be written like in a historical context. It's not like an encyclopedia. It's someone writing what they've observed. There's been a history of werewolves being oppressed by the vampires of Ravenloft because they are greedy predators. Other than that, you don't really get much more.
Okay.
All you really get is that they're scary and hard to fight.
Alright. Is Red awake?
Miss
No,
is awake.
she's still sleeping for her like 4 hours, unless that takes Laffy 4 hours to like.
Oh no.
No.
But she is gonna go and like just kind of stand over Ren and stare at her a little bit.
Miss is sitting there watching Laffy and just grinning.
Ren, your dreams are racked with the sensation that some tiny gremlin is like
Is
watching.
watching.
There's like a little gremlin in a fucking burlap sack in her dreams, just
Yeah.
running around rubbing its
Oddly
grubby
comforted
hands.
by the.
The
Yes.
guardian gremlin.
Yeah. So the next 4 hours pass uneventful.
Well, if he doesn't watch Ren for 4 hours, thank God.
Saint picks up the slack when you wander off, actually.
Once.
And he's lingering around you, Ren. A lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ren wakes up and sees Saint staring at her and is like, "Good morning." She like just ruffles his head.
He wags his tail.
Boy.
Mist has been looking with Eldritch sight across the river. Is there still stuff over there? Like,
No,
or is
it like went off
it
into
was
the
just
clouds and
us.
dissipated. Yeah, it was
okay,
just
so
you.
there's nothing weird over on the other side.
No.
All right.
Luffy is gonna like just get real close to Mist and be like, "Hey,
Hey.
so, you know, I've just been thinking, Ren got bit by a werewolf, Julian. It's a werewolf,
Yes.
werewolf Julian.
Yes.
Curse can only be passed on willingly. If you read the book, you would have noticed that.
This is an A and B conversation.
Mist is just grinning, looking
You're
between.
literally
Fluffy
10
looks at
feet away
Mist
from
and she's
me.
like, Julian totally has the hots for her. He probably wants like a cute werewolf girlfriend.
He literally hates my guy. I stabbed him with a knife.
Yes.
You know, sometimes
You did have that bonding thing when you were looking for that underwear.
they
Vader
do
told me about it.
say there's a fine line between
He
love
had
and hate, you
climbed
know.
like 20-foot trees to retrieve underwear that I dropped.
He doesn't know that you dropped them.
Attraction comes in strange places, Ren.
He's like a 7-foot-tall wolf man who wears pants for no
Well,
reason.
you know, I mean, we won't judge you too harshly if you want to get with that.
Just
I
runs
mean,
like,
I'm from Sigil. You think I haven't been with a few weird ones?
oh, Too much information. I'm imagining tentacles and horns.
Oh, no. No
Excuse
tentacles.
me?
Horns, yes, but no tentacles.
I'm
Very
just
rude.
saying,
Very rude.
maybe he was like, oh, she came from a wardrobe from the middle of nowhere. Need me a freak like that?
Look, I'm not going to turn into a werewolf. I'm pretty sure willingly has to. He wasn't even in his right mind.
Exactly.
Want to turn into a werewolf when?
Why would I want to turn into a
I
werewolf?
do. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, no, it's
If
kind
it's
of cool.
willingly,
Oh
then it
my
might just
God.
happen.
Look,
See?
it's not gonna happen. We don't even know what that means. It
Maybe
could
we have to
literally be
suck
anything.
the werewolf venom out of your shoulder.
No one is sucking
Fi-
the
Finley's
werewolf
sitting
venom out of
nearby, just
Ren like looks at her shoulder. She's like, "Look, it's healing. It's fine."
Is it
Everything's
healing?
fine."
Mist
It's
goes over and
healing.
looks at it.
make a
Brand
nature
looks over
check.
to Brand looks over to
nature check.
Finley.
Actually, hold on.
So,
maybe not a nature. Hold on.
I don't know. You think your sister deserves to be turned into a werewolf? What's your opinion?
Miss, make a medicine check.
Oh dear God.
Finley just looks at you,
It's
Brandon.
worse.
Sure. She's always been a bit of a
Not
dog.
great. Not great.
Ren like bends down, picks up a rock, and chucks it at her.
Just makes this really hollow ding noise, and she's like, "What?"
Floppy picks up a
Really?
Floppy picks up a rock and she like shakes it in front of her and she's like, "Do you have any impulses when I do this?"
No.
First of all, make another wisdom saving throw. Miss, you can't tell.
Yeah, Mist can't see shit. It's like, I don't know if that's healing, actually. Oh my God.
When she
Oh.
was it a rock or a stick?
It was a stick.
Okay.
I said rock, but now that you've given me the
Yeah.
option, I want to
Okay,
change it to stick. Can I?
So Ren, with all of this talk of it, and Laffy just waving a stick, you're just like, oh.
Stick.
Yeah, you're just like stick.
Mist is watching Ren like
Ren watches the stick she takes a step forward towards the stick and is like, "What?"
oh my.
Laffy
just
is
like,
looking at
well-
Ren like,
Congratulations, you're probably turning into a werewolf.
I'm not turning into a werewolf.
You
That's
might be.
ridiculous.
Listen, I'm not saying that's
Lovely.
unrefutable evidence because Ren's already a little like, but
Finley just, thank you.
I will throw another rock at you.
Fucking bring it. I'm made out of armor.
no, everybody play nice.
Ren casts prestidigitation, but she makes the spell taste like
Arts.
yes.
Oh my
You do that, and he's like, really?
like their father's farts. Like that's how it would taste if it was like
Oh
tasted,
my God.
so that she knows exactly what she did.
Finley's, I'm not helping you for the rest of the day.
Nostalgia.
How do you know what this tastes like?
It's impossible not to smell it and not know what it tastes like. Were you ever in the room after he ate that giant block of disgusting cheese that he would always get?
Mist. I feel like the rest of them are just staring at
Yeah.
and Mist starts writing shit down.
Fluffy just kind of prestidigitation's mint. Like,
Oh
because she
god,
feels
it's minty farts
partially
now.
responsible.
Oh, oh.
That is just straight
It tastes
thought.
like a skunk that's going on a nice date. Oh. Oh.
It's a serious time in Barovia, you guys.
Oh,
So, Red,
Yeah.
you're turning into a werewolf.
I'm not turning into a werewolf.
Well, as long as you don't turn the rest of us into a werewolf.
I'm not turning into a werewolf. Let's just go. Let's go.
You also
I
need
wonder-
new. You'll probably need new clothes, like something that can stretch a bit better.
I'm not turning into a werewolf.
You might
You-
try to eat us by accident.
People get used to stretchy pants.
I have complete faith that if I did happen to turn into a werewolf, you would be able to hold me down.
Yeah, I can actually do a few things to probably stop you.
Yeah, but my weaknesses are now silver and sticks, apparently, and this is ridiculous. I'm not.
Well, I'm glad to
turning
see
into a
you're
werewolf.
finally starting to accept it.
But yeah, I
That's
mean,
it.
if you
And
want to, it might
lifts up
happen.
bedroll and puts it in her bag.
Joan has just been sitting there watching you guys, looking a little like horrified.
Not like werewolf is the worst thing that can happen to me.
Luffy
Anyway,
claps Joan on the shoulder and is like, "Welcome to
Yeah,
yeah."
at least you're turning into something cool, like a wolf.
At least you
Could've
know what
just-
you're turning into.
What if you had like turned into like a were-rat or something?
Yeah, or you fell
Does
into
those
like a
even
lake and you
exist?
came out with a dick
I
for a
don't know, but I
nose.
mean, if
like-
there's the wolf version of it, maybe there's more.
You feel Joan, Saint, and Finley just look at you, Laffy.
Dying in laughter right now.
Like, I'm just saying, we came from Sigil and it was real weird. So you've got like one of the most mild cases of the weirdies.
yeah.
Imagine if that happened.
Imagine every time you sneezed, like.
Joan just,
Another
okay, I'm moving. Finley's like, me too. And Saint just gets up and starts leaving.
Do you even know where you're going?
You don't know where we're going.
We should probably get
We're
moving
going to
anyway.
Dunk Lane. I know where that is.
Oh,
Right.
well, you know better than me.
Hey. Sorry, chewing on my pillows.
Oh.
Oh,
Animals being brats.
Yep. So do you guys set back off?
Yeah.
wait. Is it still day?
Yeah.
Or is it?
It's only been
Been
what?
like 12 hours or
Yeah, it's
something.
Okay,
only been
yeah,
like
it's-
12 hours. It's like
She's chewing
early
on your
evening.
pillow again.
All right.
Okay, so Mist, were you going to do anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're just going.
So you guys start spending some time on the road.
Actually, when they're walking, Mist is just kind of looking around to see if there are any other like sounds or creatures or things she can hear. Since before the forest was eerily quiet, like is
Okay.
it still
Um,
quiet?
The forest is, and you guys eventually break out of the forest, and you turn and look behind you, and you see that off to like either side of where you guys came from, there's a lot of dead and dying trees. It seems like the portion of the woods that you guys both came out of and the werewolves have been living in is kind of the only part of the forest that looks like a forest and not like a dead grove.
Luffy points to the dead trees and she's like, "That ain't right."
Mist squints and Eldritch sights it. She suspects it might be necromancy.
There's no magic involved in dead trees. There's dead trees.
Yeah, Barovia just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you stop to look, and then you guys keep moving forward, and around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. at night, you come across a village.
Ooh.
Oh,
Much like the one that you guys showed up in. It's a lot like Weston.
the same one. They're in the Twilight Zone.
Yes, it's not just...
Yeah, as they arrive, Luffy's like, "This all looks the same. This place sucks."
Ren
And it does
prepares
actually look very
for-
similar. It's similar structures.
And prepares for
Similar-
zombies.
Yeah, and similar in the way that it's abandoned. It's
Mm,
it's the kind of abandoned that feels like the people were stolen almost.
Does it
Ren
look
Can I-
recently abandoned?
You think so?
I would like to make an insight check to get a general feel. Like walking in, does it give
Okay.
Offie the danger willies? 19.
You don't feel like you're in danger, but you don't feel comfortable here.
Okay, Laffy's like, I don't like the feel of this place. There's no immediate danger, but that don't mean there won't be at some point.
Mist
Well, let's
is
see
just
if there's any supplies for
continuously.
the rest of our journey and maybe bunker down in one of the houses.
Mist is
than
continuously
being in the
eldritch
woods.
sighting this place.
Okay. Mist, when you use Eldritch Sight, you see big green clouds over the ground and near the houses specifically, and you see that they're the remnants of death spells. Just outright death. There's really no sign of how it killed people.
Yep.
It wiped people out quickly, and then it seems like they were raised.
Yeah, Mist she kind of stops and she's looking around. She's not really walking or moving much besides her eyes. She's just like looking over the houses, looking at the ground, looking over the houses, and just kind of like making a sort of vague face, and she's like, I think the Lich might have been here. There are large clouds that seem to be remnants of death spells all over this place. Seem to
Wonderful.
wipe out everyone rather quickly, and then they were raised again.
Sounds
Familiar.
like a witch.
Well, I guess we know who passed through here before we did, then.
Joan is
So we
looking
can
around horrified,
probably-
by the way.
Assume that the zombies, as they were, have moved on.
Possibly.
Do you see?
Laughing, can you? Well, I see stuff all over the place. I mean, Mist kind of looks for trails of it, or like maybe it was going in a direction. But she also looks to Laffy and is like, could you potentially see any footprints or tracks or something leading in any one direction?
Laffy's gonna look for tracks and stuff. That's what she's gonna do.
Yeah, Mist is looking for magical tracks.
Ren will duck into one of the houses and just like start poking around.
Okay.
Why did I make a ranger with no things in nature or survival?
Good job.
Like,
You did it.
why did I do that? What do I have to roll?
Nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 15.
Yeah, you see tracks, and by tracks I mean like you see what looks like bodies were dragged, and like bits of flesh, and just clear signs of zombies having left, ever heading eastward.
Laffy's like, yeah, they gone, but here's the thing, right? They going east.
And we're going east.
Yeah.
Sort of what we actually expected, honestly.
I feel like my intuition's telling me that something's going down at that castle.
Oh, definitely.
Well, we already, yeah. That's sort of what we were thinking before.
Man, how the fuck are we gonna get into that castle?
Are we going to want to get into that castle? Is the question.
Yeah, once we
Probably.
get there.
We
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
know-
we're gonna have to either be in the castle or be outside the castle, surrounded by zombies.
We really have no other leads at the moment either. There's nowhere else to go, really.
Well, we have to find this Cardone, who's apparently in this direction, and probably going to be fighting all these zombies.
Assuming he's still alive.
Joan just pipes up with.
I mean, he's
"Ish."
technically not. Yeah, yeah.
And just
By all
this
technical standards.
Well,
Oh look, you're learning the humor.
I mean, it's really all we have at this point.
Yeah, once you
Punch the
lose
fuck out of it.
everything, you
Yeah.
just develop an eclectic sense of humor.
The fact that she's moving around means I probably have to take her out. I will be right back.
Okay.
break time then maybe, or
Yeah, we can take a quick break.
we could take a quick break
Break
before we
time.
explore this abandoned village.
Yeah.
Abandoned village.
Oh
Yeah. We
god.
will be back in a few minutes, stream. Stick with us.
Bye bye.
Alright, and we're back.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
everybody, we're back. Sorry for that short break, but Puppy had to pee.
You know how it
That's
is.
important.
Yeah.
It is important.
Otherwise, there's dog pee all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, so. What were we doing?
They.
Yeah,
You guys had just gotten in the house, Ren, you were poking around. You're finding it much like you found the houses in Weston.
Okay.
There's no food set out, but there's food like in a pantry. It looks like someone has lived here recently.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Is anything still good?
Yeah, you could cobble together a meal pretty easily. Or you
Alright.
could cook. I mean,
It worked out last time.
yeah, all right. If you want to cook, it's a performance check, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
performance check.
Make a performance check.
Well, while Ren is cooking, Bran is going to be like watching her very critically.
If you do poorly, Gordon Ramsay's gonna show up.
So Ren,
Yep.
you pull like some garlic down. You look around. You see there's chicken. You're like, I can do something with this.
Oh
You
my-
start chopping up the garlic and some onions, and like halfway through, the onions start like it's starting to make you cry. But I can keep doing this. I can keep doing this.
Yeah,
And
no,
No.
not
you
working out.
nearly cut off a finger
Oh dear.
because your eyes are tearing up that bad, and you're just like, I can do this. I can do this. And then you start doing stuff with the chicken, and you slap it on a stove, and you try to light the stove and just burn the chicken. Like, you sear it before you cook it somehow,
Oh my god.
which is really hard to do with chicken. So, like, it's cooked on the outside, but not on the inside at all.
And the
She
inside,
probably hears Bran like click his tongue a couple of times while she's cooking.
yeah. Ren realizes what she's done, and she's like, like she's just like sitting there staring at it, and like,
Hey, Ren. Also
Yeah.
make a wisdom saving
Oh
throw.
my god.
No.
Anyway.
For a brief second, you're like, raw chicken. You're like, what the fuck?
and she tells no one.
Of course not.
And then she's like, never mind, this isn't going to be edible, and she walks outside and deposits it somewhere. And then
Bury your shame.
I feel like
Yeah.
Saint want to eat it.
Like eating raw chicken. Well, I suppose she could, but it's half cooked, and I don't know. She
And
looks at things.
garlicky.
She's like,
Saint looks
No.
at you and
he's probably like,
he looks
Even
really
Saint is
offended.
offended.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, how dare. Okay, so is anyone else
This is
gonna try
one-
putting food together, or is it just like sandwich time?
This is not gonna
Ren-
try to cook.
Ren looks at Bran and she's like, let's see if you can do any better.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, performance check.
Okay. Bran's
The bard.
best
He's
ability.
saying to the bard.
Well, I'm gonna roll like a 1. Actually, no, persuasion is my best. That's surprising.
Really? Oh, hello. Yeah, hello. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Ren, you
Hey,
start
Ren
snatching
cooks a
ingredients out of
gourmet meal.
the pantry, off of like racks. You spend like an hour putting together a dish, and the house smells divine. Just within like 20 minutes, everyone just realizes they're super hungry.
yeah, when this is going on, Mist has been wandering around the house, specifically looking for books.
There's no books.
Fluffy's
slightly
looking at Bran
disappointed.
the way
Two-
normal people look at wizards. Like, wow.
And
Bran
she
just,
comes
like-
back, and she's like, whatever's happening in here smells amazing.
Bran's just got an amazing like pot of like stew going.
And then you plate it, and you don't spill anything. It's just every part of it's beautiful.
Bran just like hands it to Ren. There you go.
Good job. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
She's eating it.
It's incredible.
Luffy
know what?
eats
I'm
with
really
absolutely no dignity.
glad-
Like Luffy's just like,
That you cooked.
I'm glad I did too. And he glances over at what Ren attempted to cook.
That's gone. That's out of the house.
There's just like a charred like cast iron pan, which again impressive considering it's cast iron that you charred it somehow.
Oh God.
Oh. She's a woman of many talents.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
She cooked amazing that
She's
one
good at
time,
two
and
things:
now
being stealthy and fucking things up.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have eaten. You're feeling comfy, kind of, still unsettled being in the town, but you're full, you're dry, you're not cold.
if there's any food left on either Ren or Miss plate, Luffy tries to get them to eat more, but she's like, "You're too skinny. You're too skinny.
Ren
You've got to be eating."
Ren doesn't leave anything on her plate. Who are we kidding?
yeah, I mean,
She
Bran,
does make
if there's
doesn't eat very often,
there's
but
any,
when she
like-
does.
if there's any like leftover, Bran probably like mentions to them that he doesn't want them to waste any of it and eat all of it.
Ren makes sure that Finley gets to taste it via magic.
Finley's
Nice.
like pouting for some reason.
Oh.
But like smacks her metaphorical lips appreciatively. There's like this all
Ren-
sound.
Look, I can't feed you it, so that's the best you're getting.
This place feels weird.
yeah, there's a
You're
lot
not
of death
wrong.
here.
So, should we leave?
I mean, probably.
Ether
Alright.
thinks, Ether thinks you should leave.
Apparently she does. Oh man, Ether should play Saint.
We were talking about that earlier.
We found Saint's Player.
Yeah.
Oh, she's barking at a cat.
Yeah, Finley just her posture says she's not comfortable.
Ah, you could probably sort of taste all that, can't you?
Oh, maybe that's what this is.
Ew.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's got to be
Yeah.
weird.
Well, we can always. We don't have to stay here for the night. I mean, it is definitely a bit creepy
Aren't we gonna move
Wait.
at night?
for a day.
It's
And
already
Ren-
like it's getting later, isn't it? Isn't it like 8 p.m.?
Yes. By
Alright.
now it's like 9, 10.
Is it- So it's probably dark.
Yes, it is dark.
Well, I suppose we should move on then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys head outside and there's the first bit of rain starting to fall.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Ren pulls up like a cloak. Then she looks over at Finley and she's like, "You're not going to rust, are you?"
Let's hope not.
Does Joan have like any sort of cloak or anything?
When you guys rescued her, she was fully clothed and had like a traveling cloak on.
Alright.
Yeah, she's like, thank gods they seemed to make me think I was going to leave.
And look, you are!
Out of curiosity, what was it that they told you?
That I was going to go to one of the other villages to get more people.
Hmm.
Oh,
To have them
Well-
join the cause.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah,
they
well,
would
we'll get
one
those
way.
dirty bitches back.
that's the plan.
For now, let's focus on getting where we're going. Yes.
Which way is that?
So, what's this the vampire lord's name again? Luffy says as she looks to find the east because.
Cardone.
So, like, Luffy looks at her and she's like, "Have you ever met Cardone?"
No, I've only met some of his court.
And, what's it say? Like,
Have you ever met someone that treats you like a beloved cow.
Sort of, actually.
Sort of like that. Like they
More
would
like a
take
dog?
care of us. We weren't pets. They took care of us, but like you take care of something that
You don't really care for that much, but you like its uses.
yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how that is.
Yeah.
Sort of like what's it called? A symbiosis. The humans provide the vampires with food, and in turn, the vampires take care and protect the humans.
I think
Hmm.
I thought of us more of like cattle, but
Yeah.
we can go with that.
Bryn just shrugs, trying to stay optimistic here.
Being theoretically owned by someone and just being there for their usefulness is not very great.
No, it's not.
Maybe we should just round you all up and take you back to Sigil. No one's going to boss you around there.
I don't understand why they'd feed on you to death. I mean, isn't there a way to feed on people without killing them?
The vampires?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. It wasn't. They never took a lot of us. I'm sure. Well, were you told about the festivals they hold, and they were careful with their selection? It was only the old, the sick, and the volunteers.
So do you think that people just their blood ages like wine? Muffy asks casually as they're walking along. You know, because I just feel like old blood or sick blood, it just seems like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's like soul, then maybe it's like more experienced. I don't know.
Mm.
Like more. If they absorb parts of the soul, does that mean they get like memories? They get knowledge? Do they get other things as well?
Hmm.
If that's the case, then it would make more sense.
And they didn't have bat faces, right? Like, what's they hot? Just asking for a friend.
Snort.
Actually, yeah, some of them are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens sometimes when you've got the ability to, money will do that to you.
Money?
Well, the whole thing, they hold, like, rights with, like, class
Status.
privilege.
I think you're looking at for the word status. We'll do
Yeah,
that.
status.
Oh. Well, there was this one.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hopefully he's not dead now. Or she. I don't want to judge.
He's a vampire, so, he's
Well,
been dead.
Deader.
I don't think there's many stages. Never mind.
No longer,
You would be surprised.
no longer walking around and talking. Let's put it that way.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Or like pile of ash,
So... Alright, so you guys are traveling.
When you roll the dice.
Oh no, are we finally getting random encounter dice?
Excuse me. You guys come upon another village in your travels. It looks smaller. More like a hamlet than anything else, kind of like an outpost where a few people lived, or maybe a farmstead. And it is torn apart.
Eldritch
Yeah.
Sight.
There's no magic around it.
So there's none of
Right.
that weird death stuff like there was.
What
in
do I
last
have to roll to look for wolfy things?
one.
Investigation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it smell like wet dog?
Oh my god. This is like, well, there isn't any sort of death magic
16.
here.
Laffy, you see large claw marks in the doorway. You see not fresh, but 3 or 4 day old blood stains.
She's pointing these things out, and she's like, "Some furry sons of bitches were here."
Seems to be the case.
Oh, this was the
You know where this place is?
Well, I lived in the village near Dunklane, and we're only about a day's travel away now. So yeah, I knew these people.
Hello?
Nothing.
I'm gonna look around for like cellar entrances and things they could have used to hide.
Investigation. You spend some time walking around the outside, peeking the inside. The rain is making it hard to see anything, but you do see a cellar entrance with what looks like had been a chain and lock, but it's been broken.
Ren's gonna go down anyway.
Okay.
She figures there's nothing down there.
Buffy's like, what are you doing? These people are probably straight up fucked.
You go down and it's too dark for you to see.
Ren smacks herself with dark vision.
Okay, you just.
Yeah.
Damn it.
She's got that from Krieg because every time he would cast it on her.
It doesn't work unless you smack yourself.
Yeah.
That's
how you do it.
Yeah, no one's told her otherwise.
You gotta.
No one's like,
Bran
you
looks
don't
at her
have to
funny but doesn't say anything.
So while you're down there, you see, it looks like someone did try to hide down there, but they were dragged out.
Okay.
Other than that, there's, casks, sealed casks, a few barrels that look like they were just opened with, like, apples inside.
Ren brings up a bunch of fresh apples.
Okay.
Or, well, she tucks away a bunch of fresh apples
Okay,
in her bag of holding.
You have, okay, in the bag of holding,
Yeah.
How many apples did you take?
Like 20.
Okay, you now have 20 apples.
Okay.
That's so many apples.
Yeah. But that's all you find down there.
Okay. Alright, and she picks up like 5 extra and brings them up to everyone.
Mist is actually, they're like claw marks on things, right? She's
Yeah.
looking how high up they are.
About 7 to 8 feet high.
Okay. It's like,
Fluffy is
you
gonna
didn't happen
munch
to
on
see
a
any of these people in the group back at, all right. Weird.
They were probably, whoever was down there, and there was someone down there, was dragged out. Here, have an apple. And she tosses everyone apples.
Yeah, Fluffy's gonna
Bran-
munch on her apple and look
Bran's sort of
around
like-
for iron fur.
Oh my
Bran-
god!
Bran sort of like examines the apple for a bit, like sniffs it and takes a bite. Is the apple like crunchy or is it that like kind of soft,
a crunchy
grainy,
apple.
mushy? Okay, Bran's like, not bad.
Yeah, it's a good apple. Laffy, make your investigation check.
Not like iron fur the guy, but like if he pops up, she's gonna be looking for him. But like his fur, a 1. She's
What does he look like?
She's too-
again?
She's too distracted by the dad.
yeah, she
Obviously,
fantasizes about
yeah.
iron fur instead. And for
Yeah.
a moment, she looks like really uncomfortable.
Okay. Joan was just looking around and Saint sniffing around a bit. Finley is actually pointedly staying outside.
Ren turns around and looks at Finley like,
It smells like
what are you
blood.
doing? Oh. Well, yeah.
The cat is screaming.
You scared it when you talked about blood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats in Barovia.
Yeah.
They didn't hurt any of the cats.
Just ambiance, really. You're in Barovia screaming cat. It's fine.
Yeah, lightning strikes, a cat screams.
I'm sorry. It's because Ether is actually playing with Umbra,
Oh.
kind of. Umbra is
of.
tolerating it.
For now.
Tolerating being poked.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of meowing at her, so that's why.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, Finley's just staying outside. She's uncomfortable.
Ren walks outside,
Yeah.
getting rained on.
Well, I don't rust, so. that's
Yet.
good. Yeah, yet. Um, so I've been thinking, and actually, I want to talk to all of you about this if I can.
Fluffy just shows up behind Finley, like, want to talk to us about what?
Ah!
Yeah, Mister's just there when Finley looks back, grinning.
Why do none of you people? Why are you none of you normal?
He's pretty
Good
normal.
question,
I'm
actually.
relatively normal.
Okay.
He's normal
as
enough
you all
as the
know.
rest of us. For now.
Maybe, to our knowledge.
Anyway, I've been thinking.
That's dangerous.
Um, I was one of those feral vampires, wasn't I?
Yep.
Probably.
Why?
Because some guy came to you in a dream sequence.
You know, I'm not entirely sure.
We don't know. We don't really know the difference between feral and noble vampires.
You know,
But-
honestly, if you want that kind of question answered, I think the person you'd want to talk to is Strahd.
I mean,
I think I'm just a little
Noble.
nervous then.
Why?
in terms...
It's not like you're going to turn back into one.
No, but maybe I'm not really keen to find out what happened to me. It's a little weird, knowing you died, came back, and died, and back again.
He looks at Ren.
Yeah.
But each time it's
Yeah.
been a little different.
Yeah. Well. Now you're a walking impervious suit of armor.
Impervious, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Somebody
I mean, not for nothing, but you could have been a little different from the feral vampires anyway, given the circumstances of your creation and where you were at the time, and the fact that you seem to still retain some modicum of sapience. I mean, you do you remember you like lovingly stroked my hair, and I was kind of into it, but I felt a little weird.
She edges away from you.
It was before you had a bat face.
She edges away a little further.
I'm just saying it might be different.
You know, the only thing that I can think of is the namesake, considering Strahd is apparently a baron. The nobles are apparently called nobles. Maybe they're directly tied to him, and that's why they have a different form. Since
Or
he was
perhaps
apparently
the-
the first one.
What if the feral vampires are given the curse while dying or dead?
Possibly.
Huh.
Well, I
We
guess
really
can
don't
find out,
know.
huh?
Eh.
Possibly.
We can leave you somewhere and bury you if you prefer not to find out the truth.
I mean, I don't think the burying is necessary, actually.
To hide. I mean, to hide. Not. She's like a glowing suit of armor. I'm just gonna stand somewhere and no one's going to notice.
I mean, she
Come
can
on.
pretend to be a suit of armor in a very
Everyone
fancy place.
here but Bran has had to face their demons. It's your turn.
I haven't
Bran
really
just sort of
faced
like
any demons.
Bran just sort of makes
Fair.
a weird face when Laffy says that, but doesn't say anything.
It's okay. You're gonna get your comeuppance. He's looking at Bran.
Bran doesn't say anything.
You think that you have, right? But oh no, it's gonna get worse. I have to go and I have to look at my grandfather interface.
Can
You
we,
must
can
go
we,
and
can
you
we
must
change the
look at the-
subject, please?
You must look at the ferals interface. Now it is raining. I am wet. Let us be walking. There's nothing here for us.
It sound. And she was looking at you, Laffy, when she started saying that, and just shakes her head and keeps walking.
No, what were you going to say?
It was inappropriate.
No, I want to
Oh,
No,
now I must know.
no.
Spit it out.
Was it
From the
better
sound-
than my dick nose joke?
From the sounds of things, most things make you wet.
I have been exhaustingly dry since this journey has started. Now let's go.
What about Iron Fur?
You got some in that brothel.
That was so long ago.
You
And I
know,
can't
that
sleep with
place
Iron
like
Fur.
almost exploded. They're never gonna want us back again.
Yeah, and Iron Fur is like exorbitantly evil, so
This is
so I'm
true.
not gonna get in on that.
You keep asking if... She just turns away and starts walking.
No, you can't just do that. You gotta speak your mind.
God knows the rest of
Secrets
them
are
do.
fun though.
You gotta ask if people are hot because you gotta be ready to seize that opportunity should it arrive. Ren missed it with Julian, and now look at her, she's lusting after sticks.
Well, you know, she might get another chance.
Loving
Maybe.
it. I don't need another chance. I don't know why.
Look, maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe Julian will realize his feelings for you, and he'll come racing to your aid to save you
You
someday. And
kidding me?
Maybe you'll realize your feelings for Julian and you'll go rushing to his aid.
Laffy, make a perception check. Oh,
Fuck.
you guys
Oh,
are
dear.
walking.
Yes, I'm going to go rushing to his aid, back to the place we're literally running from, because God knows.
One.
Uh,
A one!
Mist, make a strength saving throw.
Oh dear God!
Wait, what about my
shit.
passive perception?
Yeah, what
Strength
about my
saving
passive
throw.
perception?
Brand's got a pretty high passive perception.
Miss has a 15 for passive perception.
Nope.
Let's see, strength saving throw. Oh boy, hey, that's not too bad
Jesus.
for once ever.
While you guys were bantering, you between the banter and the sound of rain, you didn't hear anything. But Mist, you take a step and you feel something grab your ankle.
Oh shit.
And
Uh.
in a brief bout of panic, you pull away, and you hear this wet ripping sound.
Oh shit.
And when you look down, there's just a hand grabbing your ankle.
Is it still grabbing, like, or is it just limp?
It's
Kind
still
of
grabbing.
there? Mist is just staring at it. It's like, that's weird.
Would
Is
you,
there anything where it came from?
Would you like me
Yeah,
to
there's
get
just
that
like
off
an
of
arm
you?
sticking out of the ground.
No, I mean like, oh, sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, sticking out of the ground. There's just no hand attached to it anymore.
Buffy is gonna kick some dirt over it.
Miss is just standing there. She tries to pry the hand off her. Like she doesn't even. She has this look like, okay, this is weird, but she's not as disturbed as she probably should.
Okay, yeah,
be.
you're pretty. It's pretty easy to pry the hand off.
Yeah, she's holding it and she's like, you know,
I
Well,
guess
there's like
you
no-
that's kind of rude.
I guess
Puts
you
that
thought
back
you
where it
needed a
came
hand.
Is
from.
it, is
No.
it like still wiggling?
No,
Ren circles back and like kicks aside the dirt, like where theoretically a rest of the body would be.
there's no rest of the body.
There's just an arm.
Yeah, there's just an arm.
Yeah, Miss is. She's gonna use Elder Sight on it and the arm in the ground.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Alright, that's weird. Where the hell did the arm
60.
come from?
Mist, when you look to the ground, you actually see about a dozen points of like green light under the ground.
Is it
they're,
in? Oh,
they're,
keep
they're
going.
not moving, but they're down there.
Okay, Mist's eyes are like darting. Are they in front of them?
No, they're beneath you.
So they're all. Okay.
Yeah.
Her eyes are kind of darting around, and she's like, there are lots of points of sort of green energy that's like the necromancy.
Let's go. Let's be leaving.
We should
Everybody.
probably go.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out for that as we're going, so we don't necessarily fall into some weird
Zombie hole.
severed body
Necromantic.
traps. Mister's still holding the hand, by the way.
Okay. Is it just gonna join the arm?
Probably.
Skeleton arm?
I feel like she's probably holding it with the tentacle hand, so
Okay.
I feel
How
like
is
the
this
tentacles
any
might come
different?
out and
From any incarnation of Mist,
it's
really.
not at all.
Okay.
Fluffy gives Mist like a small look of admiration, like yeah.
Okay. So you guys spend the rest of the night traveling, and it's not getting any drier.
Is it getting less Zambambos in the grounder?
No.
Yeah, Mister's
Mist-
pointing
yeah.
out whenever she sees.
You guys pass through what are several patches of it, and Mist, you're able to help guide the party around them. Especially ones that, like, the points of green energy were closer to the surface.
Every time they do that, Ren makes Mist write down like a rough map of the path that they have taken and where they are.
Okay.
All right, she does that.
Okay, yeah, you do that. So, a full night's travel. It's been raining the whole time. The ground is muddy. The sun comes up, but you can only tell because the sky goes from
Black to
gray.
slightly less black.
Yeah, it's like the sky's kind of a purplish color now due to the thick clouds. You don't see anything like the sun, but you know it's technically daytime.
Where are they now? Are they still in a village city thing?
No,
or
you guys are like almost in like a plain, like just kind of like an empty field. But again, there's like a creek nearby. Actually, this one's more like a river. There's like a river nearby with a few trees, but by and large, it's a big open area. And there's no
Well,
roads, by the way.
Let's cross the river and find a place to make camp for the day.
Yeah.
seems wise.
Is
How-
the river
how-
crossable?
Yeah,
or
how
is
wide
it...
is?
Yeah. Everybody make. Okay, you need to either make athletics or acrobatics to get across.
How wide is it actually?
It's about like 20 feet wide.
All right, Miss just fucking Misty steps over there. She just
Okay.
portals.
Tensor's
She's
floating
not even
disc.
gonna try. She knows it might like sweep her off.
Nice, Ren.
What is my acrobatics?
Ren, you tentatively take one step, another step, and you kind of move quickly enough, kind of leaping off of rocks under the surface, and you get across.
Okay.
With no incident. Bren and Laffy, you guys do the same.
Luffy's gonna try to help Joan across the river too. Someone help Saint.
Ren will help Saint.
Saint actually jumped in and doggy paddled his way across pretty easily.
Hey.
He's a
What a
saint
good
bird.
boy.
Yeah, he's good
Yeah.
at this. Alright, so Laffy, you know how to navigate rivers, basically. And you step in and offer your hand to Joan and help guide her through without falling into some of the deeper parts. Which is saying something because, your height and all.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why she's so mindful.
yeah.
Got
And
it.
Bren, you perform much the same as Ren does. Just finding like some of the larger rock outcroppings, and stepping on those and taking big steps off of them. And you guys are across the river. All save Mist, fairly wet.
Is it
no more than you were.
still raining?
Yes.
Oh,
They're
Luffy
all
doesn't
wet.
bother to dry anyone off then because it's fucking raining.
And far off in the distance, you actually do see a rather large looming structure. Yeah, you can't make it out from here, but you do see something on the horizon.
About how far does that look?
About
But
like
not the red.
about half a
Oh.
day, like 8 to 10 miles.
We could just press on.
Well, here's the thing. Do we want to?
The more time we spend
we
here is less time for us to get back to the.
Yeah, not to mention it's the daytime, and if there's like, alright, here's what I'm thinking, right? If there's something sieging the castle, we want to be able to be seeing it. You know? Like, you don't want zombies to just get the jump on you.
Mhm.
Fair.
I
Though,
do agree.
well, when we get closer, we'll need to be more careful, probably.
I have spells for that.
I have skill for that.
Okay, so are you guys gonna press on?
Yeah.
So about 3 hours in, the rain is growing thicker as you guys get closer to the structure, and Bran, actually, you've taken lead, I presume, at this point, just due to your kind of situational awareness. Or not, regardless, your situational awareness, you draw the group up short, and when you do so, all of you you are able to point at something in the distance, and when it's pointed out to you guys, something becomes very apparent, and you see not quite an army, but a large amount of what are very easily identifiable as undead. And above them is a robed floating figure.
Find somewhere to hide now.
These aren't the nice kind of looking undead. There's a lot of skeletons that look barely put together. These bulbous creatures that look like they have sores that are on the verge of bursting on them. Abominations. Zombies that are literally oozing apart. Things that don't have skin at all are in just these giant muscle shapes. Yeah, and over it all you see this brown-robed floating figure.
Ren reaches over and grips Laffy's arm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lavi had been frozen for a minute, like, kind of odd. And when Ren puts, grips her arm, she, like, turns around and slowly looks at Ren. And she's got kind of, like, a hand over her mouth as she looks up at her.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, there is an internal battle going on. How far away does the castle look?
Oh no.
The castle's still about 2 hours away.
Okay, Laffy keeps her spells to herself for the moment.
Uh,
And she's like, we have to get around that.
Preferably carefully.
How? All right. Okay.
is
How?
there a way around it?
yeah.
I have a question. How?
You guys didn't run into them.
How?
You were able to stop before you got close.
Yeah, I
enough to be
assume
sighted.
because it's not an army, like, they're not surrounding all parts of the castle.
Correct. They're not even. They're about 2 hours from the castle, and they're not advancing. They look like they're gathering. But getting around them, it wouldn't be terribly difficult.
Around.
How? Yeah.
And we
this
need
is
to
like-
go as soon as possible.
So you guys start making your way around, and
If it looks at any point like something might spy them, Laffy casts Pass Without a Trace.
okay. When you cast the spell, you don't see it, but you feel the weight of something's gaze settle on you. And you look over your shoulder, and you see that.
Laffy casts Non-Detection.
cast what?
Non-detection.
Okay. Well, you saw that the Lich was actually looking over in your direction, and then his head just keeps moving past where you guys are.
Alfie's like, I cannot cast Pass Without a Trace again because of that, so let us be walking very fast.
Right.
When they're
And no
walking,
more spells.
Mist
for now.
is kind of speaking with telepathy, which isn't a spell. and she's like, so casting apparently draws attention. That's not good.
At least within, a certain radius. Yeah. Maybe not forever, but while we're in its gaze, let's avoid
It
that.
might also be me. I mean,
could-
that's
But let's not.
better safe
chance
than
it.
sorry.
And as you guys are making your way around, you actually see the figure float away from you guys and land near a group of bat-like humanoids that have wandered up beneath the cloud cover. And that you recognize them as what Finley was.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's kind of conversing with them, and slowly but surely they start. They don't mingle with the other undead, but they seem to have joined up.
Laffy seems to have a hard time looking away from wherever she sees the robed figure, and there's like this hint of envy in the way that she regards what's going on, but like she keeps trucking, like she's not stopping.
Ren
Mist is
occasionally has
holding-
Sorry, go ahead.
Miss totally at some point just takes Laffy's hand and is walking holding her hand.
Laffy looks like she might protest, and you can hear just under her breath, "Gay."
Shh.
Ren may have going to do the same, but she sees Mist has it and doesn't. Ren is actually gonna stealth and go ahead a little bit to make sure that the way they're going is clear.
Okay.
So that she can.
Yeah, Bran is doing his best to keep a sharp eye out for anything.
Nathan is too. Nathan's
So-
flying up higher, but not kind of. Is there any cover? Are they just out in the fucking
You guys are
open,
out
or
in the
is there?
But it
Okay.
is raining, and the rain is getting harder and reducing visibility significantly as you guys get closer to the structure in the distance.
All right.
When they're an hour out, Ren's. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay. Yeah, you guys continue onward. Ren and Bran, you guys are keeping an eye out. You don't see anything else. And eventually you get close enough to see the big structure.
Oh shit.
Let's see if this works.
Yay, sound
That's
effects.
a little bit loud.
Ooh,
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
there's an evil raven. It's Bizarro World Raven.
Sorry, I'm adjusting the thing. Okay. Yeah, you guys pull up to this large, intimidating structure that's not quite a castle, but it looks like a fortress. And as you do, the storm above you claps into thunder and becomes a storm, well and truly.
Ren
There's-
almost seems at ease because of that.
Okay. And the portcullis is dropped, and there's that big bridge that drops down into a cliff beneath it. And there's little points of light all over the structure itself. And someone make a perception check.
Okay. I can do that. One of these days I'll remember what it is by heart.
Wisdom and proficiency.
Never remember anything.
No, but I also have bonuses for being a bard.
Oh.
You spot creatures on the ramparts. spot giant stone winged creatures.
Oh,
There are some entities that are flickering in and out of existence that look like they're almost floating robed creatures.
Is anyone else getting a bad feeling about this? Having a couple of second thoughts?
Not yet.
wait a second. Is this where Cardone is? Mist looks over at Joan.
Well, look,
Joan just
If-
nods. And, yeah.
if I had an army of zombies on my doorstep, I'd, be putting up a few defenses.
And
Yeah, it just seems wise.
Do you know of a way to enter peacefully to show that we're not trying to attack or trying to, I guess, intrude?
you walk up to the front door.
All right.
Well, nothing else for it then, and Bran does that.
Okay. And as you guys get closer, you actually see that there are people walking along the walls with the stone winged creatures, conjuring up spells that Mist and Laffy, you at a glance can immediately tell that they're raising creatures.
Mm.
And more of those like flickering robed entities come into being every time a spell finishes. Yeah. So you walk up to the initial portcullis, and it's closed and no one's there. And beyond it is the big bridge and then the remainder of the fortress proper.
Excuse us!
There's nothing.
Is there a knocker?
No.
Hello?
The sound of the storm is loud enough that you're pretty sure you're not going to be heard.
Laffy is
Friend's
gonna
gonna
knock on.
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Bright
To
light.
make
In the form of an arrow.
Oh my god.
The second a spell goes off,
Yeah.
Every creature on the ramparts turns to look at you. Like, it's not a slow thing. Their gazes all just snap out to you guys.
Laffy immediately puts her hands up. She's like, "Hello."
Bran, what did you do?
I cast a spell.
Maybe you shouldn't have cast a spell.
None
Well,
of
they
it's
won't
magic. No need for needless gratuity.
And
It got their attention, didn't it?
the gate in front of you slowly creaks open.
See?
Oh,
It's fine. Everything is fine.
I hope.
Mist is gonna vaguely look around the thing to see if she could see any runes or any indication that there might be some sort of wards that they're gonna go through.
Okay. Make an Arcana check, actually.
Oh boy. 16.
You don't sense wards per se.
Per se.
You sense nothing's going to be keeping you out or in, but when you pass through, you feel like something is watching the whole time.
Okay.
And as you pass across the bridge, you feel this deathly cold feeling settle over you, like something is draping itself over your body. And everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Laffy has non-detection up.
Okay.
So,
What does that
things can't. What?
Let me double check what that does.
Just in regards to things watching her, because it lasts for 8 hours. It's pretty bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The spell, you don't feel like you're being watched. Everyone else does, but not you.
Cool.
Oh wait. Do they still have pass without a trace, or wait?
It passes.
Oh,
Yeah, we have pass without trace, but that doesn't stop you from being magically scryed on.
Okay.
I'm good. So do we need to roll the wisdom save?
Also,
or-
yeah. Also, question: is this charm or anything?
No.
All right.
Alright, so do I also have to roll the wisdom save?
Oh,
Yes.
come on.
Okay.
Add your bonus.
I don't have a bonus.
Nothing. Okay. Well.
13.
We're all
Unless my
doing
pro-
great.
We're
That's my
all
pro-
rolling so well.
So-
Ren
Unless-
especially for some reason.
does proficiency go on all of them, or just the ones
No,
you're
no,
proficient
just the
in?
ones that you're
Okay.
proficient.
Ren, you
Is
see
Ranger
all of your
proficient in
friends, their pace picks up,
Mhm.
and you guys can't control it. You feel like
Did they-
something's pushing you along.
But
and
they
Ren,
notice, right?
yeah, you guys totally know. But
Avi, like, just sighed, glanced.
And-
Mist
Ren
you
actually
actually
narrows
see
her
these-
eyes.
You see these incorporeal forms that you didn't see before come into existence behind everybody. These large, looming, robed figures.
Fluffy looks
and they're
back
not
and
pushing,
she's like,
but they're
"Nice."
like hovering close
Yeah.
enough behind. You guys don't see these. Only Ren does.
Oh. Fuck.
Oh.
Ren decides that it's a good idea to play along and goes ahead and just follows.
Okay.
And it's like, guys, so I don't mean to alarm you or anything, but there are large incorporeal beings ushering us along over this wall.
And
Just
it's at
like
that
you
point that Luffy says, nice.
Fantastic.
And Laffy, you automatically know that they're wraiths.
Luffy
That's-
admires this. She's like,
Yeah.
she appreciates this. Like a fine bouquet. She's just like, mwah, the necromancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Mist is also kind of here for it.
Yeah. Miss, you don't recognize it as easily, but when Ren mentions it, you give it a minute or two to think on. You're like, oh right, yeah. So you guys are pushed along into the fortress itself. As you go in, you notice that it looks like it was made to withstand a siege, almost. It's not like it is more form, or it's more factor than form. There's really no village for it to protect. It stands vigil over something that you can't see, basically. And once you guys pass through the initial stone gate and into the fortress itself, you take a quick look around you and you see these stone creatures. They don't start off stone from what you can see. You see that there are giant skeletons being raised out of the ground by these very pale, human-looking people in very nice clothing. They're raising these giant skeletons from the ground, and at a gesture, muscle seems to sprout from the bones, and then stone lifts and clads the muscle like armor, almost.
Luffy is in like quiet awe.
Yeah, Mist looks kind of like that's pretty sick.
Bran is a mix of interested and kind of abhorred.
Ren is. Yeah. She's on the page that Bran is on.
But you don't see anything like zombies or skeletons or abominations.
Luffy and Mist are just like,
Yeah, they're looking at each other like this. Is
Disney
cool.
World!
And then everyone except Ren, you suddenly stop short. Like you hit like an icy cold wall. Ren, you don't feel anything.
Ren keeps going for like 5 steps, and then she's like, what?
Unfortunately, I can't move.
Oh,
Can
That's
you,
not good.
Can they move, or is it
No.
just
You guys can move back, but not forward.
Mist?
I guess we have to be waiting here for the person to come and find us and, you know, our greeter, our chaperone, if you will.
And it's at this point that a very pale, very finely dressed individual comes and approaches you guys with a walking cane in one hand. They don't look like they need to be using it. They're kind of twirling it around.
Ren remains that like she backs up 2 steps, so she's like a little bit ahead of the party, just to, you know, just to be
Just
that,
to be a
that
shit.
guy,
Yeah.
just to be that guy.
I hope You guys didn't get to see me spill water on myself. That was embarrassing.
I
No.
wasn't looking. It's
Oh,
okay.
I wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't said anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So this individual walks up and Ren gently lifts the cane and just nudges you back with the tip of it. Like presses it against your chest.
She resists for long enough to resist, and then slowly moves back into the.
This individual just smiles this wide lipped smile, and you see fangs on display immediately.
Hmm.
And they're very pale and have very long, dark hair. They look young,
Like how young?
like early 20s, like 20.
Okay.
Ren's age.
Yeah, like most of your ages, I guess.
Yeah.
And just sits there and looks you over and, what do we have here? And Joan is just sitting back there terrified.
I have a question. Is their complexion kind of like Mist's?
No.
All right, Mist's. Yeah.
Ren is gonna. She's waiting just long enough for someone else to say something before she fucks them.
It's probably gonna be
Mist.
Mist.
Mist, like Mist.
Yeah, Mist is gonna say something.
So you must be Cardone, I take it.
Okay.
Took too long.
No. So you're here to see the master.
Yes,
That's
we are.
the master.
I guess you've noticed that whole small army of zombies just kind of happening.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
We've noticed it, obviously.
You never know. Some people are just so self-absorbed.
Is this like Ren, really?
What about the werewolves?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Joan catches his attention. You have one of our cattle with you. Interesting, they've gone missing.
Cattle's an interesting choice.
Name. Yeah, sorry. She doesn't talk over Fluffy.
Oh, I like to think that they both said that at the same time, to be honest.
What'd they say?
Fluffy said a cattle is an interesting choice of word, and I believe Rin said she's got a name.
Yeah.
I don't concern myself with their names. He walks over to her and, like, taps her chin with his cane.
Maybe that's why you lost them.
Yeah, we found
Oh,
them,
I
by
think
the way.
not.
Just,
What's
you
this
know.
you said about werewolves?
We have come to
We
speak with Cardone.
Yeah, we've got some information revealed to your master. Not you. And she looks him up and down.
Well, I'm not one to get in the way of his audiences. Come with me. And he turns and starts to walk, and all but Ren are once again pushed.
Fluffy is like, so do we have to be experiencing the pushing? I mean, we are going to be following you.
Can walk myself, you know.
You two in particular make wisdom saving throws again.
Yeah, Mist
Oh.
won't say anything.
40.
God damn it.
You both feel like these deathly cold hands settle on your shoulders and grip really hard.
Bran flips it off.
Can't.
Fluffy is like,
Oh, you
Fluffy's
mean
like,
like that,
you could
okay.
just,
No,
you
he
could just be kneading your thumbs into my shoulders with the same amount of pressure.
Fluffy, take 8 points of cold
Oh my
damage.
god. Mist is
Fluffy's
just
like-
looking at them like, you know.
Fluffy's like, ooh, yeah, that's the spot. Right there. Woo!
Uh,
Buddy.
so you
Ren-
guys.
Yeah, Ren sets her own pace, like just off to the side of them, and she's like taking the chance to like study where they're going.
Okay.
I see the cat followed us in.
That's the sound that the wraiths are making.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cat
Such
wraith.
a crazy noise. It's like a yowl.
Yeah.
So as you're walking towards this large, just cylindrical structure in the center of the fortress, but as you do, Bren, you in particular, since you're able to actually look around, Mist, you have freedom of your neck. Laffy and Bren, you can't move your neck. All you can do is walk forward, basically.
Yeah, Mist is looking around too.
Yeah,
because
Mist and Bren, you guys see that there are like these raised platforms that are about 5 feet off the ground with what look like altars in the center of them. And there are people laying down on them. And some of them have people laying down on them. And some of the ones that have people on them have the people getting up. Just kind of sitting up from what they were laying on. And there's blood covering the side of their neck.
Okay, but are the people really pale?
Yes.
Or are they?
They're very pale.
Okay.
Inducting new members to your little club.
He doesn't say anything.
Fluffy is trying to hold the wraith's hands. Like,
God.
Okay.
Sloppy.
Finley has disappeared, by the way.
What?
Oh dear.
what?
What?
That's
How
not
does a
good.
suit of armor disappear?
When Ren stops dead in her tracks when she notices. Like dead.
The others probably have to keep going.
Yeah, the others keep going, but then the vampire turns around and looks at you, Ren, and goes,
Yeah,
"Problem."
Mist looks over at Ren.
And when he turns around, the wraiths stop everyone else from moving.
And like for a minute she ignores him, she looks behind her. And then she looks back and she's like, there was a suit of armor following us. Where is she?
Can't tell you. I haven't seen her.
Insight check.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Same. I don't care if Ren's shitty at it. I'm apparently rolling above 20 today.
13, so I can't.
Laffy,
Not rolling,
you
no.
keep trying to hold the wraith's hand.
Yeah. And why won't it let her?
Yeah, Ren, you're pretty sure he's telling the truth.
Is Vathan still there?
No.
Mist would notice that.
When
too.
was like the last time Finley was
Wait.
with them?
Yeah. When was
Was-
Vathan gone?
was-
I feel like Mist would feel that.
I
I mean, if it's anti-magic, you know,
it's not
This might-
anti-magic.
be weird.
You didn't notice Vathan was gone. In fact, it feels like he's still there. You just can't see him, basically. And you can't identify where he's at, necessarily.
Can she see through his eyes?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
She totally does that. For a second, Mist just like her eyes dart all around, and then she just like looks like she's like not there, or she just kind of spaces out. And where is Vathan theoretically? What does she see?
Vathan's atop his shoulder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She
and then
blinks and she sort of is like,
does 18 versus your AC hit?
me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't like
when
it.
When you space out for a second, the vampire reaches over and smacks you in the face with his cane. So he waves it at you and goes, "No magic. Not until the master spoke."
Fluffy looks at him and she's like, you could have just said that.
He just ignores you, Laffy.
With
And Miss, you only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mist is just kind of blinking. Since she's like, she wasn't really there, so it's kind of this weird, almost like numb thing.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Does Ren have any sense of Finley?
Nope.
Fuck. She. Yeah, no, it's not good. She turns her back on the vampire and starts walking backwards.
Mist.
Make that wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
When Ren starts walking, Mist is like, she's probably here.
Yeah, Ren, you're able to freely walk away.
How are you doing so well on your wisdom saving?
When,
I don't fucking know, okay? She's on a roll
You're gonna
to
get us all
Yeah.
killed.
stubborn and
Yeah, Mist looks over at Ren and is like, she's probably here. Vathan's here. Just unseen.
Ren pauses and is like, Finley? You better be here.
There's no response.
This is not the time to be an idiot.
There's no response.
Say something especially insulting.
I can't think of anything appropriate enough. And Ren turns around and walks back towards him and is like, make this fast. And then she points at the vampire and she's like, if you or anyone in this castle did anything to her, I'm gonna have a problem.
Humans. And he turns back and continues walking, and everyone but Ren is once more shepherded along. And you guys pass through the doors of this just
At some
giant-
point, Laffy stops walking to see if she'll get picked up.
Oh my god!
It's not quite like being picked up. It's just like, I mean, it is basically like your feet lift like an inch or two above the ground, and you just kind of get skated forward.
That's what she does.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's really uncomfortable. Yeah, it's just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. The moment you pass through these doors, two things happen at once. Vathan pops back into existence on your shoulder mist.
Yeah,
and
Mist
you are-
glances over.
You are taken aback by the fact that this inside is not... I mean, it might have been what you expected, but it's not what the impression of the outside was. It's decadent immediately. There are portraits hanging on the walls, and there's this massive spiral staircase going up the far end of a room that you've entered that you're pretty sure that these guys would call a parlor, but you just call it a home. It's that big. And there's like gold trim. The walls look like they're practically made out of velvet. It's just this gorgeous interior room, basically.
Mist stares too
Ren would-
long at anything black and gold.
Ren would find it awesome, except she's too much in a self-contained panic.
One sec.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Gesundheit.
Yeah, poor timing on that one. And as you guys are just standing there...
Oh wait, Finley is back, right?
No.
Fuck.
Well,
Well, I feel like I know what's gonna happen when we get to this Cordon guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punch him right in the face.
No!
And the vampire that had been walking with you turns and looks at all of you and says, I'll see you all soon, I'm sure. Wait here, the master will be with you. And he just walks off.
can they move? Or are they stuck?
Everyone but Ren is still kind of stuck.
Damn it. Miss is looking around though.
Brandon's gonna
Can
fucking
Laffy make
attempt
a
to get
will
off
save
the-
to try to?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you guys can make your wisdom saving.
Brandon's gonna be as defiant as possible about
Laffy
this.
is not a fan. A
There
natural
you go.
20.
Wait, are we all
Oh,
rolling
for the love of
again?
God! Rolled above
Yeah,
a 5 for
go
all
for it,
3 of
Mist.
these.
Alright, so I'm doing it too?
Yeah, make your wisdom saving throw.
Nope.
Nope. So, Laffy, the second the vampire's out of sight, like, it's like something is just released from you. And,
Laffy's been being a little shit with these wraiths the whole time. Like,
yeah.
she was prepared.
Suddenly, your wraith boyfriend is gone.
Aw.
Laffy lets out a dreamy sigh, and she immediately tries to find a bookshelf.
Would you like mine?
Nah, I'm good.
I have a question. Can Bathan move?
No.
Damn it.
There's a rather large bookshelf up against one of the walls.
Miss looks
Laffy
over
looks
at
Like nice
Laffy.
cherry wood.
And she's like, please tell me what's in there.
Laffy looks for the biggest, most important book she can.
Okay, yeah, there's this like huge tome that's like this thick.
Uh-huh.
Like, you try to lift it, and you need to make a strength check to lift it.
Okay. I have nothing in strength. Let's do this.
Picks it up, drops it
11.
on the floor.
Yeah, you pull it off, and it's just heavy, and you're just like, ugh! And you notice it's because it's like, there's like steel bindings along the edges.
That looks amazing from over here.
Laffy's like, I'm sorry, I would bring it over, but this is very heavy.
And it's like
Ren.
70, 80 pounds.
Jesus.
Laffy's gonna just lay on the lounge on the floor and start flipping through this book.
Okay, it's in a language you can't understand.
Damn it.
Fuck.
But there's a lot of pictures.
Uh-huh.
What does it say, Luffy?
Laffy's like, it's not in a language I can be understanding. If you were able to just break free and come over, you could read it for.
This is gonna
And now I have
actually try to break out of it now.
Okay, make another wisdom saving throw.
It's probably not gonna work, but you know. Those books, man. She wants to fucking know.
No. You struggle, and you're like,
But now I have to be committing. Like I took it off the shelf. I can't just not read it. It ran.
What? Ren
Help.
snap. And she looks up and she's like, okay. She goes over
Okay,
and
so
she helps
between the
Laffy
t-
lift it.
Between the two of you, you lift up the book, and you start carrying it over towards Mist. And this is when you hear this loud thumping noise. And coming down the staircase, you see this... Have you ever looked at a person and just looked at them and gone, they're a dramatic individual?
Yes.
That's what this man looks like.
It's like Aurelian
Oh,
all
no.
over again.
It's
Brand
so much
immediately
worse.
looks over at the figure and is like, "You want to get your stupid wraith off of me? Because I'm getting really sick of this."
He's not looking at you yet. He has his back turned as he's coming down the spiral staircase. But
Oh my
there's a little wave over
You mean
his
he's
shoulder.
walking backwards?
No. Like, he's coming down around, and he's, like, turning the corner, basically.
Okay.
Oh.
And he gives two little flicks of his finger, and you feel the wraith's presence vanish.
Thank
He's like,
you.
quick, miss, get over here.
Miss Skinner's over there really quick.
Okay, you look down at the book, and at the same time, this man looks down, and he's beautiful in the way that, like, a marble statue might be. He has this really thick blonde hair that goes all the way down the small of his back. He's dressed very finely, but very flamboyantly. Like, you know, a white open-neck tunic or blouse.
I'm imagining like Lestat.
Yeah, let's stop.
Yeah,
Lestat.
actually, exactly. Lestat, the Goblin King, somewhere in the middle there.
Oh my god, okay.
And
Ooh.
he looks you over, and next to him is Finley.
Ren
Fluffy
squints.
goes to grope for Ren's arm with her
Uh,
free hand.
That-
and
Ren,
he's
that is the
talking
only
to
thing-
Finley.
That is the only thing that holds Ren back because he was about she was about to like run up the stairs.
And from the distance, you can see that he's smiling and, he's chatting with her. You can't quite hear what he's saying, except Laffy, you can read his lips.
Ren is about to run up there and punch him right in the face, so
And
he
he's
better
just,
be
he's
nice.
saying, like, oh, the Master's missed you. You've been missed around here. It's a shame that you weren't able to meet him ever. But you might have a chance now, if you're willing to help us. And Finley, you can't read her. She doesn't have a face.
Fluffy keeps all that information
Yeah.
locked up inside.
Good call.
And when he hits the floor, he walks, but it's like a gliding walk. You know exactly what I'm
Walks like
talking about.
you're-
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't walk so much as just glide across the floor. And he gives you guys this indulgent smile and just, welcome to Dunkalain. I'm Lord Cardone.
Ren's not
I
even
hear
looking
you
at him. She's
come
looking at
with-
Finley.
I hear you've come with news of some werewolves.
Mist very briefly glances at the book. She can't help it, but she looks up again. And
Yeah, Luffy's just standing there holding the book with Ren, like,
in front of
Mist, at a quick glance, it looks like it's like an ancestry book.
Okay, yeah, that's enough for her. That sated her curiosity for now.
That explains why it's so huge.
Yeah, and she looks up and she's like, "Yes, we do actually. And apparently there's a lich outside of this castle with a group of undead too."
We're aware.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
We're aware.
well, actually, you're a vampire. So, because she can't help it.
Brad just like gives her this look that is a mixture of like approval and like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
He looks at Finley and just, she's good, right? Yeah, okay.
Luffy is a dirty gremlin standing in this
Ren.
guy's, like, a dirty, wet gremlin in this guy's beautiful, pristine house.
Ren is non-subtly making her way like closer. Like she's like beelining towards them and then wedging herself between Finley and the vampire.
Finley is just kind of standing there. When you get near, she
Yeah.
just kind of slowly hooks an arm around yours.
Yeah.
You're all right. Right, taking that as a no. She's still putting herself in between them. Like,
Okay.
eh.
He's just, is that all you came to say? That we have a
No.
lich?
No, it's not. The lich kind of might have to do with this. There are werewolves that have taken apparently a number of the people under your watch.
We're
And
aware.
right,
Strong
they-
Luffy
influence
keeps her mouth
way
shut.
they are eating them. And they. It's possible that they and the Lich are planning on making a move against all of the noble vampires.
Are you
It
speaking
is
of
also
the
worth
ferals?
noting. It's also worth noting that they are turning the ones that they are not eating.
I
The
didn't hear what you
werewolves,
said,
oh.
Max. Sorry.
No, I think that the wares are simply taking advantage of a situation, unfortunately.
So you don't think they're moving to attack you?
They'd be fools to.
Well, that's what they said they were going to do, which, I mean, doesn't necessarily
They
mean
say
much,
a
but...
great many things. They're
Fair.
simply taking advantage of the fact that we're a little preoccupied.
Are you preoccupied with the Lich?
That's a word to call him, yes. The Baron is unhappy.
Well, we don't actually like him that much either.
Good, he's not a very likable man.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy and all that.
We also know where the people are that have been taken.
Oh, are you those people then?
It depends on who those people are.
Oh,
What
thanks
exactly
to
does that
you,
mean?
we know where they are too.
Yeah, but they're moving them.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
moving them. They should be moving them already, actually.
Well, once we destroy this so-called Lich,
He's not a soul.
is that what he's calling himself? He's quite the... Well, he's not very creative.
I mean, we don't know what he's calling himself. We're just calling him what he is because it's just easy.
May I ask, how are you going to destroy him?
With force, of course.
Can you?
What does Luffy
They're
know about
plants.
phylacteries?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they know about the Lich?
Luffy, make a history check.
Oh God. Do I have anything in history?
With advantage.
Oh boy. So it's a 20.
You once again feel the skull start to, like... It's almost like it's yawning. Like it's waking up from a slumber of sorts. And this brief flash of insight tells you, phylacteries, they're what hold a Lich's soul. And you never saw one on Fridial.
Luffy feels a feeling deep inside her soul. And no one else but Luffy knows of this feeling that she's feeling. But
What is this feeling that she is feeling?
what is this feeling? Is it a feeling? Should she be feeling right now? She doesn't know, but she feels some kind of way. And she stays pointedly quiet.
Okay. Poor imitation of a Lich, but his strength cannot be denied. He's simply... Well, he's not very creative, raising skeletons and zombies. Regardless, we're simply waiting for the Baron's return.
What happens if
That
he's
is
not
he-
destroyed?
The Lich.
Yes.
He will be.
Luffy looks at Miss like, shh.
Yeah, Miss just tilts her head but doesn't say anything. She's like, all right, well. She's considering for a moment. She kind of looks at Luffy. Like, it's almost the look like, what exactly should I be saying here?
Luffy
Well,
looks at
if
the
you're-
vampire and she's like, so, do you want help finding your people? Well, no, I guess you would call them cattle, which is, I'm still iffy with it, different culture. Do you want help with that? Or,
We appreciate you telling us that they're alive. We're able to find them ourselves.
Right, so if you're so unconcerned with your Lich, could we, I don't know, borrow a couple of your people to go save them now
no.
as opposed to after?
We need all of our forces.
So you are concerned.
There's a difference between being concerned and being smart.
Hmm.
Alright.
Finley
So,
pipes
you-
up. Just, they can't do anything without the Baron, and
Yeah, we need to go find your Baron. Should we go do that? We're really good at finding things.
Wasn't that our original goal for coming here anyway?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that's
was.
what we're here for.
The Baron is within his castle. We're simply waiting for him to give the signal.
Oh right. Hasn't he been quiet for a long time?
The Master's been busy.
Too busy to.
Do you think he might be still busy? Do you think he might ever send the signal?
Of course he will. The Master, the Baron, always looks after his children.
Didn't odd things start happening a few days ago? I mean, how many days has it been? Miss says the right number of
weeks.
days. Whatever number that is.
It's been around a week since things got weird.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
she says that.
The Ferals did seem to buck his.
We've been interrupted.
That took me
Sorry.
double by surprise because I didn't have any of the webcams up.
Yeah.
Like I had my notes up so I couldn't see the webcam stuff.
Oh my.
Jesus. Wait a second.
She's like, no!
I came up here for cuddles, but now I don't want them. Go away.
The Ferals did seem to buck his influence more than usual. When
You know,
your Lich showed up.
We saw some of the Farrells talking to the Lich.
This seemed
Quite
to
a
catch
number
him
of
by
them,
surprise.
Yeah.
We've heard reports that a number of them were following him too.
She's very chatty tonight.
Yeah.
That's one way of putting it.
Anyway, sorry for the dramatic
Cat.
interruption.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought entirely.
Yeah.
The
You were
Ferals were
surprised by
talking
the
to the
fact
Lich.
that-
yeah.
The Farrells are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks concerned for the first time since you guys have started speaking, and
That's the concern.
Baron will bring them back to heal.
Oh, you should.
You so
If-
certain about that?
Yes. Finley just
Brand just looks
Fluffy
back
looks
him.
at this guy and she's just like, right. Well, okay. Can we just be speaking hypothetically for a moment?
sure.
All right. Let's say hypothetically something has happened to your Baron, because let's just say maybe, just maybe, you might be. How do I put this? Underestimating the Lich. So we find your Baron. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe something's happened to him. We wake him up. He gives the signal. You do your thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any harm in doing that.
Why should I trust you?
Because
Well, you've got an entire realm of people against you at the moment, so what are
Yeah.
your
We also
options?
just sort of walked in here to give you information and tell you.
what are we
everything,
gonna do?
so-
Give you all this information and then be like, oh, time to die.
Yes.
No.
I don't know that.
You know my
All right.
sister.
Well, what would help?
Ah, yes, I do know Finley. She was a welcome guest here before. Well, whatever happened, happened.
How do we form this truce, this friendship of convenience? What must we do?
Tell me of this Lich. Whatever you know.
Brand just looks over to like the other three because he
Ren is being
doesn't
silent.
really know.
And
This is
and Laffy, he looks at you and says, "And I want it to come from you."
Yeah, Mr.
Of course you do. Who else would you be wanting it to come from except for me? So, way back, years and years ago, the Lich was from a world which was cut off from the other world. He was an elven man. His name was Fridio. Now, as I knew him, he was a kind man. Apparently, this is not so much. Turns out he sacrificed a whole bunch of people in some freaky deaky ritual, and I think it fucked him up just a little bit because now his limbs are all floating from his body and he's killing people en masse. So, you know, let's see, what else did he do? Killed an entire elven council, probably a sacrifice to open our worlds and connect it to Sigil. Then he just vanished, leaving me with a bunch of questions and a whole lot of existential crisis inside. Lots of turmoil. Anyway, he came here, we're not sure why. Really troubling. That's all I know. He wasn't exactly forthcoming with me. I didn't look up to this man and think, oh, hey, he's just going to sacrifice a bunch of people and turn into a lich. Like, you think you know someone.
You said he
Well-
sacrificed a great many people.
So many people.
Interesting.
Why?
He just looks at you, Mist, and doesn't say anything.
Insight.
Okay, yeah.
I need to BRB for like 1 second.
Okay.
1.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, yeah. He is clearly withholding information from you.
Yeah, Mist has this. I mean, she's been vaguely smiling this whole time, but she narrows her eyes just a little. And she's like, was that what you were looking for in terms of trust? Right, we should probably wait for Ed. I'll just repeat that later.
No, he looks at you, Mist, and was good enough. It's information we didn't have before. It explains quite a bit about him.
So, what is it that what do you know about him then? It seems like there's a lot going on here, and if we are to help with the situation, it'd probably be best that we know some of it.
We simply know that it seems that he's here to dethrone the Baron.
Oh, well, that's not
Thought so.
surprising.
Well, I would rather
I mean-
than that not happen.
Can Mist insight again and see if that's
Sure.
being truthful?
Sure.
17.
Think so. He doesn't seem like he's lying.
Okay.
But he's a vampire, so
Yeah.
it's hard to tell. And he looks back to you, Laffy, and you reek of necromancy.
Yeah, I've been told that.
If you agree to go seek the Baron, it will help us make certain that your lich does not gain any more power than he has.
Yeah.
Can you get us there any faster than us walking?
You don't need to walk.
Oh, excellent.
Well, then how are we going to get there then?
He just looks
Horses,
at
wagons.
Finley and then looks at you guys and
Are there portals?
Yeah, I heard that too.
yeah. No, this fortress is meant to guard Castle Ravenloft.
Oh.
Oh,
All you need to do is leave, and you will see it behind us.
Good to know.
So we just gotta beat feet and get there real fast.
So, when we get there, should we merely say that? Should we? Well, first of all, we're checking to see if nothing's happened. But secondly, we want him to give the okay for you to set forward, right?
Yes. his
Alright.
permission to act.
Okay,
All right.
that works then.
Be off with you then.
Yeah, if you see the lich, give him a real good stab for me, or whatever it is you do. Luffy says as she goes to walk off.
He spins on his heel and walks off. And Finley walks over to you guys and just,
Nice talk.
without the Baron, they're all going to turn into the Ferals.
Oh,
Wow, I don't like that.
Well, all the more reason we should probably make sure Strahd hasn't kicked the bucket then.
yeah, that would
And if he
be.
does, we're getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably.
And then we're returning back to Sigil and telling them to burn the portal.
Well, I mean, they come through the portal a little in badly for them either way, so...
Yeah, the cops.
You know,
Yeah,
they
even
had ways
Sigil
of
is clear-
circumventing Sigil, though. They might go back to our plane.
Fucking fuck. Fuck shit cock. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Next time.
Your puppy's being adorable in the background.
Yeah.
She's asleep.
Uh-huh.
She tired herself out.
She's like this.
Okay.
I can feel a little pause going on.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
Finley just, we should go fast.
Yes, let's go.
Next time, maybe warn me before you vanish, and I just about punch a vampire lord in the face over it.
Yeah.
He was
I would
having an
rather have
interesting
not had to.
conversation with you, Finley. Are you okay?
No.
How about we just try to conclude our business here as soon as possible so we can get off this bloody plane?
Yeah, I hate it. Let's go.
Which way do we go?
So you
all-
guys step outside of the mansion, and you turn to look. It is full night by now.
And cast dark vision.
Okay. Well, you turn to look behind you where there was just like sheer nothingness before, and now you see a giant castle looming.
I was not expecting to see that.
Not
Castlevania
too,
music starts playing in the background.
not too far in the distance. And that's
Don't
where
say
we
it.
leave off.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna pick up next
Oh
week.
boy.
We finally
What
get
a
to meet the
big day
fucking...
we had.
We might get to meet the goddamn demigod vampire in a minute.
Into
Oh.
Castle Ravenloft.
Oh boy.
I feel like we're
Oh,
gonna have
boy.
to fight him, and I'm
I'm
not
kinda-
looking forward to
I'm
it.
kind of curious if you're like halfway incorporating Curse of Strahd into this.
It's a mystery.
Well,
Because if you are, then I know what to expect a little bit, because I've read through that campaign before.
alright,
I won't say anything if that is the case.
say goodbye to the stream, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See